my mum's birthday and listening to Pink Floyd.
I mean,
So, yeah,
that's a lot better. Who needs you more when you
yeah.
have Pink Floyd? Also, we're live, just FYI. Um,
Oh,
yeah. So hello everyone. Now I gotta do this every time just because Madvocate now makes fun of me. So it's become tradition. But yeah, hello everyone. We're gonna be covering good old Shang-Chi today because we're not tired of that film. Um, and yeah, no, it's just as we gear up to the 2-year anniversary of ECUM. Uh, I wanted to, go through a bit of our greatest hits, and because we did one of these right before Ecom 25, I was like, why not? Why not, talk about Shang-Chi again with Madvocate? Because yeah, we really like that film. Recently, we've watched She-Hulk episodes 3 and 4 to understand the context for Wong and Shang-Chi. So it's been worth talking about this again. Uh, yeah,
I
uh,
just saw the tweet.
yeah,
It's pretty
loving.
funny.
Thank you.
Our lovable leader and conqueror Wenwu.
Yeah. Look, man, Wenwu was just a misunderstood guy, Like he didn't really do that much wrong. Like all he did was reign terror over Earth for 2,000 years and kill a bunch of people. I don't think there's like that much wrong with it other than that, honestly.
No, and then Yingli showed him the way.
She showed him that he
somehow.
can indeed love.
She showed him that he doesn't have to be a conqueror.
Yeah. I was watching I try to remember. I think I just watched like a random video essay talking about how the film was about love and how Wenwu learned to love through Ying Li because when he was fighting her, she was dancing like he was being super aggressive trying to kill her, and she was like being super just like calm and dancing and shit like
What?
yeah. And then
That
it's like
changed everything for him on a dime.
yeah. He learned that sometimes when you fight, you can actually dance and you still win. So
They
that's the
didn't actually
lesson.
say that, right?
No, not what I just said now, but that's kind of the idea.
Okay.
It's because it was just like a 6-minute video that was like, oh, Shang-Chi was beautiful. It's because of this one thing, love. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, love is pretty. It exists. It's a thing.
It is a thing. And
I think
Wenwu figured out
nobody told Wenwu about it.
yeah, for
He didn't
2,000
read
years.
about it in any of the scriptures.
He never heard about it. But oh yeah, for people asking about Jeb, he's gonna be here a bit late. It just happens. Elizabeth. That's actually a pretty good one, Madvocate. Not Madvocate, Zod. I said Madvocate because I read Madvocate. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, no. Yeah, the queen took over Jeb, so he's fighting her inside his own mind to see who wins, and we'll see who joins us. If it's Queen Elizabeth herself or if it's Jeb. Probably Jeb. He's 3 years younger than her, so he probably can take her. But yeah, no. Before we get started though, there's obviously our good old recommendation corner. And Tin, do you have a recommendation for the recommendation corner today?
shit. Well, the thing is, because like one of the things that I managed to binge mostly is something that we've both finished roughly the same time. So, fuck.
I mean, if you want to talk about Sandman or Sex Education, I don't know which one of the two it is. It's fine.
Sex education, because I know you've just finished that, and
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Yeah,
talk
finish
about it after the fact too, but it's not gonna be my recommendation. So you do what you want.
sex education will. Well, funny thing about that is I only finished it because I was watching Heartstopper, and a few episodes of that it kind of gave me a panic attack over personal reasons. So I just decided to watch Sex Education in the meantime, and I finished it in the span of 2 days. So says a lot about how much I needed a sex gay show or something. I don't know. But like, well, I first watched it because, of course, the kitty cat was gonna be the doctor, so I figured I'd shake some of that out because, well, might as well. And after like the first sort of episode and half of the second one, I just dropped it for a good few months. Don't know why. I think I'm having because my laptop fucking lagged or something. I'm just that lazy. But once I picked it back up, I just couldn't stop watching. Like, the characters just drew me in, like, so. And I just love all the story arcs that go on, like. Because, like, originally, like, when I heard about the show, I thought it was going to be, like, another down-to-earth, cringy teen show that everyone's tried to do, but no, this was genuinely just really good and actually really relatable in a lot of areas. Not the sex, because never fucking had it, and probably never will, because what luck do I have? But and everywhere else, it was pretty good, and I've heard people like this community say season 3 is like flawed and stuff, but like I loved it. Like I love the story in that. It cuts pretty deep. If you've seen it, you'll know why. But like, yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was just it was hilarious. It was heartfelt, and it was great. And I can't wait for season 4. Nah, that's my recommendation.
Nice. Um, Jesus Christ. I almost died here. Madvocate, are you there to make a recommendation? And maybe you can't because you barely watch things because you just hate on things. That's why you're mad.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the middle of. I'm still listening to everything with the wireless earbud, but I'm like racing between the kitchen and here because I'm making lunch. Because I thought I could make it in 10 minutes, but I failed. But you're right. I haven't really been able to watch anything anything new because in the middle of making a long video,
Yeah.
taking longer than I thought. It's got a due date because of a sponsor.
Yeah. Your recommendation is your own video then.
Yeah, everyone should watch the upcoming video that should be posted by the 15th if everything goes
Right.
all right.
Yeah. Also,
it's about a great show.
In the Backstroke of the West reaction. I guess you showed that.
That is true. I did that for fun. That was recorded in March, so it was a really long time ago. And then I figured I should post it before the upcoming video since it's of the same universe / series. Just as something fun, I suppose.
Mm.
It's something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I recently found out that there's a sequel to Backstroke of the West.
Oh, really?
Oh
yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
I can't remember the name. Let me look it up.
Another review of Shang-Chi, indeed. Gonna talk about the greatest Marvel film again.
Oh, it's called The Novelty Desire.
The Novelty Desire? Is that A New Hope?
Yeah, that's a new hope. The Novelty Desire.
That's amazing.
I skimmed through like a couple seconds, and to my surprise, a pleasant surprise, a lot of the translations are like the same for certain phrases, so it's not like too different from Backstroke of the West. It's probably gonna feel like it's of the same universe because
nice.
Some of the translations are like no is still do not want. Someone said no in The Novelty Desire, and they said do not want, and that made me really happy because it's consistent.
Nice. Using the same translator. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, so that's just kind of what I'm up to.
Yeah. All right. My turn. I've watched a few things because I am constantly watching stuff. It's hard to pick one that I think is my favorite. I guess the one I'm gonna talk about is RRR, the Bollywood film. I have never had this much fun watching a film. I watched it with Zach, the Thought Theater, and it was just so fucking hilarious and over the top. It's amazing. And I do plan to watch it on ECUM with these folks, including Madvocates, just because I think it'll be funny. So yeah, it's a really silly film where nothing makes sense, but it's just so much fun. You're just not gonna stop laughing while watching it, even though it's like 3 hours long. You barely see the time passing. So yeah, that's my recommendation. And yeah, Zod, what's yours?
I'm going to go with The Shield. A very different show to Agents of Shield, but vastly. It's basically, I think it's partly inspired by a real life case of corrupt police officers in LA during the 90s. But yeah, that's pretty much the premise. It follows a police department in the district of LA, and it's one of those shows that really just doesn't hold back. Like it's not afraid to go like properly into like the much darker sides of just criminals in general, and yeah, the protagonist, he's like, he's that one of those sorts of protagonists who's like, it's a sort of trope of like the one who get the job done by any means necessary type of detective. Yeah, yeah, he's got his team and they're always like getting involved in sort of the criminal world, like is like basically they're willing to make these sorts of sacrifices and these sort of deals to try and keep things more peaceful, get their crime statistics down, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's just one of those shows that really appeals to me because of it's got a thing I like in shows of just approaching things in an extremely grounded way. Like the way it's filmed and everything is filmed in a way where designed to make you feel like you're in the room with them. And yeah, it's just an excellent show with lots of just great characters who like you're very rarely going to see like just a strictly good person. Like each and every one of them's like sort of slips into doing like dubious things, and there's a lot to appreciate about it. So yeah, I recommend that.
Nice. Yeah, all right. And someone asked in chat, it's called the 10 Madvocates. Are we watching his video? No, it's because he's in the call. That's why it's called the 10 Madvocates. I made a joke. Instead of doing the Legend of the 10 Wenwus, which was the name of ECUM 24, I said the Legend of the 10 Madvocates with
yeah.
Wenwu. See, it's a little switcheroo. I'm very funny. And it's
clever.
also hard to come up with names for ECUM episodes every week, so I apologize. But yeah, no, we're gonna cover good old CinemaWins today. But yeah, just before we start doing that, it's because I mentioned as well, because Tin was talking about sex education. I did also finish watching it this week, and it was really, really great. Season 3, I don't understand why I've heard people say it's not that good. I think it deserves a lot more credit than it gets. And the point of me starting watching Sex Education was because of Shuti Yatwa as Eric, because I wanted to see his like biggest role, considering he's the next Doctor, and he is really fantastic. It's kind of weird because I can't really see him as the Doctor because he plays like this super young character in this show because he's like 17, but they're like his acting is really, really great, really nuanced, and especially in season 3 there's a scene with him and his mom in Nigeria that I thought was really impressively acted. So yeah, it's a really good show. I do recommend all of it. So yeah, it's kind of what I have to say about it for now. And yeah, I think now we're ready to get started with CinemaWins, talking about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Sounds good.
Yeah, oh man, it's been so long since we've done a watch together ECUM. We've mostly just been doing discussions. But alright. We're all in. Alright. Let's get started.
I wonder if we'll even have much to say. I wonder if it's gonna be just mostly like, oh, this is cool. This is cool.
Oh, that is like half of what he says, because sometimes he actually tries to defend stuff. Like,
yeah,
you remember when he tried to defend the Rise of Skywalker or the Palpatine be alive? I mean, like, just pretend it's what you wanted and see how you feel. That's still the funniest defense I've heard from him.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm curious is if he's gonna have more more of, oh, this is just cool,
Yeah.
or what the proportions of that and him trying to actually defend things
Mhm.
with references and whatnot. So be interesting to see.
Yeah, because I imagine a lot of people that like Shang-Chi like it because a lot of it is just cool. Because,
Yeah.
if it's about the writing, then I'm sorry. But hey, maybe Brown Table will make his video that he's mentioned a billion times that he loves Shang-Chi,
I'm
but he's
so
never made a
excited.
video on
I need him to do it.
it. We'd cover that in an instant. It'll be amazing. But anyway, let's get started.
This video is sponsored by the Curiosity Stream Nebula Bundle, where you can find my brand
Yo,
new
Neb
exclusive
cameo.
full-length original video for Metal Gear Solid's introduction /
Oh.
first mission / title sequence.
It's pretty funny, I
It's my
guess.
favorite game of all time, so I bad some words. Click the link at the top of the description to sign up.
Okay. Oh Christ. Just gonna pause because of copyright, because he played like an actual song there.
Oh yeah.
它的主人公永远都是同一个人。
Awesome that we're opening an MCU movie with Mandarin, and the first English words aren't even spoken until 9 minutes and 41 seconds into the movie. It's great. Shake it up. Prove that Marvel audiences aren't dummies and are willing to read subtitles.
Okay. They bring Katie along literally because she can't speak Chinese, so they have to speak English around her. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
And fucking
That's a good
remember
point.
Multiverse of Madness, where the first 2 lines are in Spanish, but then they start talking in English for the rest of the film. It's okay. Yeah, sure. Starting off great.
Because we are. Or we aren't. Dummies, but we'll read subtitles. Although, while I'm already talking about being a dummy, I'm just gonna
Speak for
apologize up
yourself,
front for my
punk.
terrible pronunciations. I'm really gonna try my best. I looked up as many pronunciations as I could, but you know, it's supposed to be Shang-Chi, right? Or Shang-Chi, but that sounds wrong when I say it, so I'm just gonna say Shang-Chi.
It doesn't sound wrong. It sounds
That's how
fine.
That's how most people say it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
getting
whatever.
hero vibes anyway, but now you're just asking me to remember how beautiful and tragic Broken Sword was. And he
Okay.
definitely hasn't achieved the highest level of swordsmanship this time. But I love that the first introduction to the 10 rings holds back the visuals just a tad. While we do see how cool they are, the battle is obscured by dust and shaky cam.
So you like
don't
that
know if
you
that's a
can't
good
see
thing.
things? Yeah, that's what. It's
Yeah.
a win that I can't see what's
I get-
happening.
Maybe he's saying like he's glad that it's just like a tease for like what's to come.
I guess, but
But
does he ever
it's
even
not really
use the
even-
rings in like a different manner later in the film? It's kind of the same.
No, and it's not even a tease because if he goes to the like next scene, the one where Wenwu's fighting in like the middle of the snow, that scene has it pretty clear how he uses them. So it's like a tease, but you're gonna immediately show it right after anyway. So
Marvel doesn't know anything about edging, I am afraid.
他们潜伏于暗中。
They moved in the shadows as you showed them killing a fucking monarch. Oh my, that line, I swear to God. Oh, he even says it. It's a silly lampshade. Let's see what I was gonna say.
A silly lampshade for why we've never heard of them, but also a funny and realistic reason for Trevor to show back up.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What's that to
This-
do with him?
How does this tie with Trevor?
hold on, roll it back.
Which is both a silly lampshade for why we've never heard of them, but also a funny and realistic reason for Trevor to show back up.
What? Well, what
Wait, so
does
the
Trevor
Ten
have
Rings
to do?
existing?
Was
Is a
Trevor
good way.
also in the shadows?
The 10 rings being in the
Wait.
shadows is a good reason for Trevor to come back. How do you connect the two? I'm very confused.
I thought he was just saying the Ten Rings simply existing, is a good way to bring back Trevor.
I think it's them being in the shadows because the one thing he played was they moved in
Yeah,
the
but
shadows.
that makes less sense.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes less sense.
I don't know that. Because that's what he says about like this is a silly lampshade about us not having heard of them before.
Yeah.
So it has to be about that. But I don't know how this relates to Trevor. I'm very confused.
Mm.
Okay, if you say so, man.
I'll be honest, even seeing the cute pictures of the tall, low creatures, I was not prepared for how fantastic they are.
Hey, look, it's showing the book that breaks the entire film because you'd be thinking, oh, why doesn't it say what the entire purpose of Talo is? But it does say what fucking animals live there. It's so stupid.
And they're trying to remain hidden from the world, from like Earth, and yet there's
there's these
scriptures
books.
about them.
Yeah, which
on
apparently the
Who the fuck wrote
sorcerers
them?
never read them, because if they had, the ancient one would have dealt with the fucking Dweller in Darkness, but whatever.
Well, they never read them because it was in Wenwu's library,
Of course,
and
he
he's
just
like
kept
a
it
million
there.
years old.
Yeah.
Yes! Not that we ever need a reason for martial arts to crouching tiger all over the hidden dragon, but Shang-Chi plants itself firmly in Wuxia by giving Shang-Chi's mother martial arts from the gods. That was a lot of words. I like that they fly around as if not restrained by our physical laws, but in a style that is very familiar to Chinese martial arts films. And her
Okay,
tai-
that's fine. It's a win. It was word salad, but at the end, I agree. It's kind of neat the way she moves.
This is a personal nitpick, but I don't think he should bring up how he just said a lot of words in the middle of his point, because he wasn't done with his point. He continued after he said
Oh yeah.
that was a lot of words.
Yeah, he should have done it at the
A little
end
weird, but
if he's
it's
gonna
okay.
do it. Yeah. 10 Madvocates law. What's a Madvocate? I have no clue, honestly.
Tai Chi style is so fluid and serene compared to what we get from Shang-Chi later.
Oh, okay. Wait, that was a win. The way moving is so fluid compared to Shang-Chi. Why is that a win? Because
Did he?
is he comparing to
What
when?
did he say?
Let's rewind.
But in a style that is very familiar to Chinese martial arts films. And her Tai
Here.
Chi style is so fluid and serene compared to what we get from Shang-Chi later.
Oh, I think I
Does
know
he
what he's saying.
Does he mean when Wenwu and Shang-Chi fight, or does he mean just at any other point in the film?
Yeah, when he and I think so, because I've heard like the praise that obviously Wenwu and Ying Li's fighting styles are very different. He's just pure aggression, and she's, you know, fluid and more peaceful, I guess. And then people are like, oh, and then when you look at Shang-Chi fighting at the end, he's like the best of both worlds. You can see both fighting styles incorporated.
Okay.
Maybe that's what he's talking about.
I guess could have made it clearer, but yeah. Which is, I swear to God, he's gonna come back and say the exact same thing when he gets to the Shang-Chi scene. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I love how Shang-Chi's movements are less fluid than Ying Li's earlier in the film." It's gonna be the two wins for the same thing.
Not to mention the mid-fight flirting we often get.
They're looking at each other. What are you talking about? I swear to God.
So,
There's a slight smile.
Oh yeah, and he went there to try and fucking kill her and take over her home. But yeah, I would also flirt with him. It's just how it is.
the greatest insult into the koi pond with you and your bracelets. Hugging and flirting
Okay.
are automatic wins, so I
What?
think cute baby should be too, and that is a cute baby, so...
Oh my God, this is so surface
Win
level.
for the cute baby.
它将魔法
I'm-
赋予在了我。
You mean Sisu?
I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I think I kind of wish I mentioned it in my video, but I wish we got like the reason why Ying Li was so readily you know, like willing to date Wenwu,
Mhm.
even though he's a murderous psychopath, is if it's revealed that like Ying Li actually has kind of a dark history, and
Right.
she appears all like innocent, but in reality she kind of like Fisk and Vanessa at first.
Oh right, that
And not-
Vanessa
not to
also
bring
wants
in
to
Daredevil.
control the
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen with them, which we get by the end of season 1.
Yeah, something like that. I think would have like made the suspension of disbelief easier
Mm-hmm.
for me, at least. I think it would have made it more believable.
Well, it would have
But
been
nah,
great if
she's
Ying Li actually
A
had a
guardian of
character.
peace
Yeah.
and multi-century murderer.
Mm.
That's it makes sense. Don't ask anything.
Look, Tony Leung is hot, so what can you do?
Yeah, like the actress herself said.
Yeah, that's still one of the funniest things when you told me that. That was so funny. Wenwu should be able to defeat Ying Li in less than 2 seconds if he did what he did to his opponents at the beginning of the film. He should be able to defeat her in so many ways. Like, the 10 rings are supposed to be like this, like the most powerful weapon in the world, but he just doesn't know how to use them. Just whatever.
That was it, by the way, the first English spoken word. Feels appropriate after we were just told a glorious epic in Mandarin.
Glorious is an understatement. So wait, so he did what I said. It's just not for the same thing, but he gave a win again for the same thing. He's like, oh, the first English word is only spoken 9 minutes into the film, and then when the first English word is spoken, he gives another win. You can't give 2 wins for the same thing. I swear to God, dude. Like,
Nah, these are his standards. You can
Of
give
course.
wins for anything.
circular logic is always gonna be fun.
So close, Sean. Sadly, you only have Peck Lin in common with Crazy Rich Asians. Give me the key.
That's a reference. I don't get the reference, but you know, good for you.
Down, but
I
she still
saw
locks the
Crazy
door.
Rich Asians, but I don't know what he's referring to. I don't really remember it.
It's probably some
Oh,
one of these actors.
he's probably talking about the. Yeah, he's probably talking about the casting. That the guy who came out of the. I don't know. That would be weird to give like the star of that movie a very, very minor role just coming out of a car.
Mm.
Because I was gonna say maybe that guy who came out of the car was like the lead in Crazy Rich Asians, but that would be weird to cast him in Shang-Chi as a nobody.
Who knows? The MCU cast fucking Michael Mando as Scorpion and then never brought him again. So who knows, dude?
Oh, but he actually had lines. This guy just gets out of a car.
That's true.
Window is down, but she still locks the door. Quick thinking, Nora.
I'm the Asian chef
Okay.
Gordon.
And she probably knows too
What?
much about NASCAR and not enough about Singapore's 2022 Grand Prix. It probably would be her first Grand Prix.
Comes out of nowhere, steps right between us, and starts screaming the lyrics to Hotel California.
So that's a great tactic, and also she did the other guy a favor, clearly. And also, is everyone up to date on the magicians? Because they also distract people trying to hurt them by breaking into song. Can't imagine that'll come up again. No way.
Yeah, we
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I have no clue what's happening. This is word salad.
Yeah.
It's just like magicians and music. Oh, and Hotel California. That's nice. Yeah, thank you.
CinemaWins. You were supposed to be better than CinemaSins in the sense that you're not supposed to bring up random references that have nothing to do with the actual movie
Yeah.
and
Well,
like make jokes about it.
you can tell from Evan made the video of called Nobody is Better or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
nobody does it better.
Yeah. It's like, no, neither channel's good. But yeah, it's just like, I don't understand. I have no clue what Win 16 was. He just said a bunch of words about Hotel California, and that's kind of it. I wish he'd talk about like anything substantive, like, oh, the character writing it, this is good because of this and that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're bonding through karaoke.
Yeah, at least
Anything.
Yeah, something like that at least.
responsible. We do that. Or
Priorities.
I also find it funny when there are jokes in my films. I agree. I guess that is, to be fair to him, I'll try to be as best faith as possible. The film is like characterizing them by showing that you know, even though they do need to get ready to work, they prefer to hang out with each other and you know, go to karaoke. So this is adding to their character. So I can imagine something like that is something that CinemaWins is talking about when he says priorities, because those are their priorities. He's just saying it in a silly way, because I would much rather not just be him being like, hi, I like the funny. So yeah.
Solid, albeit self-indulgent karaoke jam. To be fair, I would do an Aladdin song too. At least a Little Mermaid one.
That's a win.
Alright, this
That's
soundtrack is off
it's
to
a win for what he would do in a real life situation.
Yeah. So they did the thing that I would
Interesting.
do. Yeah. I swear to God.
And Earth Gang hit us with a little traditional, what sounds to me like a guqin, to more closely align with the opening of this film, and then slides into a hip-hop song for Sean to work out to. And JJ Lin is just some killer walking music.
Okay. See, I was like, oh, that's actually good praise for the song that was playing when he started working out. And then this is like, oh, it's just some killer walking music. It's like, can you not praise him beyond that? You just did that for the other song. He's so close to being substantive.
All music is good.
All music is good. Every single music.
Wow, too real, Marvel.
Post Blip Anxiety, you were not alone.
Oh,
Nobody has ever seen that ever when watching this film.
wow.
I swear to
I
you.
didn't notice that poster.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever read that. Especially because the MCU was just like, no, they've dealt with the blip. Nobody cares anymore after
I mean, for She-Hulk, they literally said the world has moved on.
from the
Like,
blip. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of like, you don't just move on from
That's
that, but whatever.
bullshit.
Yeah.
like,
Too real.
Moving on is an American idea.
Well, then I must not be fully American because I'm not over Mufasa.
Okay.
What?
See, it's a joke because yeah, But oh, I swear to God, the fucking that line is so stupid. Moving on is an American idea. Fuck you. That makes no sense. Moving on is not an American idea. It's something that people do. Fucking gonna be hang up on everyone who died because you're not American. It's stupid.
I know what you're talking about, dude.
Smart. His first instinct was to pretend like he doesn't even speak Mandarin. He doesn't reach for the pendant. Hey, the best way to win a fight is to walk away.
You have the wrong guy.
Oh, that's actually a good point. I never thought of that. That's fine. Good on you, CinemaWins.
Yeah.
Does he look like he can fight?
Apparently, Aquafina missed his morning push-ups.
Oh yeah, but he's only done push-ups, which he shouldn't even be trying to fight.
Whoa.
Hey man, can you remember that
No,
point you made in the
doing-
video?
Doing push-ups does not equate to being able to take on a martial artist in hand-to-hand combat. Why do you think that CinemaWins?
Nah,
He may be muscular, but that doesn't mean he knows how to fight.
Yeah, you see, the push-ups are showing that he's still training. It's, you know, it implies everything else. It's not like it's completely out of character for him to continue training, to fight. You know?
Yeah, the lifestyle that he hated so much.
Yeah. Oh, I swear to God.
Does he look like he can fight?
But also, yup, it does. Simu is somewhere between Jet Li's quickness and Jackie Chan's, well, he's also super fast, but more so his use of his environment.
So I'm gonna try and grade this fight as we're going.
I swear to God.
Ah, so you don't just grade flips.
Oh, is it just gonna be a reference? Oh yeah, the wind
He
is
didn't grade
literally
the
a
flip,
reference.
though. He just said, yeah.
Yeah. That was the very, very poor segue and to try to be like, oh, I remember you from Homecoming. You really wanted to get the Homecoming reference in there. You didn't know how.
Classic fighting stance.
Oh, that's actually funny. I didn't realize that from the film, the extra doing that.
Fighting stance.
I like that.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a
cool
good,
detail.
nice detail.
Yeah.
Except everyone should be like going to the back of the bus
Oh,
or
yeah.
the front, depending what side you're on. Yeah, they should be more concerned.
I
and
think
probably
at least
tell the
someone
driver.
would probably pull the cord and be like, yo, driver, can you please stop? There's like a fight going on. And the driver also keeping driving because he was listening to music. Because it's not like bus drivers need to pay attention to the people inside his own bus. It's not like he's in charge of, you know, keeping them all safe. Whatever.
You know, a comment that pissed me off that I got in my video was I bring up like all the possibilities of stopping the bus, you know.
Right.
They could have reached a stoplight, a stop sign, someone could have pulled on the cord, someone could have told the driver. There's so many instances where the bus could have stopped.
Yeah.
And I was just pointing out how contrived it is that it never did in like the 2 minutes that the fight goes on before the brakes are cut. And someone was like, they basically said, "Tell me you've never ridden
Yeah,
it's not a
ridden.
word, is it?
It is, yeah, ridden.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Tell me you've never ridden the bus without telling me you've never ridden the bus.
What?
And I got mad because I took the bus for like a good solid few years throughout high school. Because they were like, oh, sometimes people don't go on for or they go on for a lot, they pass by many streets.
But this
and
is
like sometimes they just don't pull the cord, and sometimes there's no like stop signs.
This is
And
like,
it's like-
a busy like street in like a big city. Like surely there'd be a lot of people in the street that would, you know, ask for the bus to stop at the bus stops, as well as the people inside who need to go places.
Yeah. Also, their comment about how like people stay on the bus for a really long time, they're acting like if all of the people in the bus here right now just got on as soon as this scene started.
Yeah,
And it's like, what if someone
there's so
has
many
been on the
people there.
bus for like the past like 10 miles?
Yeah.
And they could get off at any point.
Yeah, I
I
ride the
didn't-
bus to college and back, and it's basically like on the other side of the city. So I'm like always the last person on the bus, and I see a lot of people getting in and out before I even leave. There are people who stop at different places and get on at different places. I don't think everyone would gotten on at the same time. I think
Yeah,
that's a
I
bit
didn't
weird.
I didn't like that he assumed that I've never ridden a bus before.
Mm-hmm. The fact
Just
he's not
because I
paying
said
attention
that.
is subtle commentary on society. Yeah, the bus the bus drivers who never pay attention to society. That's a common social critique that you see in a lot of Hollywood films. That those damn bus
Joker
drivers.
moment.
Joker. He's listening to music and driving the bus as fast as possible because he wants to kill his bus passengers like every day. Amazing.
Out. Drago 2.0 with a Barrett arm?
Oh, that's a win. Are you gonna you?
Okay.
I would
He
very
has
much
a
like.
knife on his arm.
I would very much like to understand how the fuck that technology works.
How
on
does
his
it?
arm.
How does it contract into itself?
Yeah, I thought the only way
I
would be
brought
like
this
if it
up.
was nano.
It's not nanotech.
Yeah, if it was nanotech, but it isn't.
2.0
Like,
with a Barrett
oh,
arm?
I don't think she shows when he pulls it out. But anyway, oh, Jab. Hey, Jab. Jab.
Hello,
Oh.
Jeb.
I was born in the Queen.
Oh, of course. Though,
Okay.
Jab, did you see the
Oh, that
tweet
sucks.
that I made about the stream? It is in it was made specifically for you, so we can all remember the Queen in these hard times.
Oh, thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome.
chat now. In love.
Lovely memory of the Queen. We were talking about Wenwu, another great leader.
She, like Wenwu, was a colonizer as well.
Look, he did it for 2,000 years. She only did it for like 70, so I think she's fine. Also, the link for the
Yeah.
Watch Together is in the chat, so join Jeb. And
Yeah, I'm just joining now. I've literally only just sat down.
yeah. We need a Twitter Shang-Chi like Barry Allen. Oh, that'd be funny if someone was as obsessed with the Shang-Chi as this Barry Allen is with Flash. Start a fucking calling us demons over it. But I think after a year, I think we're not gonna get someone like that. Also, Jab, is your fan on? Because we hear wind
I'll
noises.
see if I can reduce my input sensitivity.
Alright. Well,
This one makes it pretty strong.
okay. Also, get in the fucking Watch Together. I swear to God.
I am. It's loading me.
Oh my Christ, Jab. I swear to God. Why did
It's not
Shang-Chi
my
wait for Razor Fist to attack him? It should be super obvious from the way he's walking menacingly up to him that he's a danger to everyone in the butt. Because we need the cool reveal. It's kind of obvious. It's for entertainment purposes, as our good friend would say. It's fine.
I mean, he didn't pull out the sword yet, though. So
Well,
I don't think he
he was
thought he
walking
was
towards
that
him.
big of a.
Out.
Like,
Drago
look at that. When he's
2.0
walking
with a
towards him, and he just is
Oh,
staring
shit.
at him. I think it's kind of like, maybe you should, I guess because he doesn't know. Like, he could just be someone who has a metal thing on his arm and lost his arm for some reason. Doesn't have a prosthetic, just a metal piece, even though prosthetics in the MCU would be very easy to come by. But anyway.
Mhm.
My first thought was, uh-oh, they left the temp track in, but it actually does a great job of not being distracting while still setting tone. Loving the way what feels like a wide-angle lens follows Shang-Chi around the bus. Look, Simu isn't actually hanging off a runaway bus, but it still feels like a good time to point out that he did most of his own stunts, especially everything in his bus.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
I saw the behind-the-scenes footage, and he does do that where he like falls off and grabs onto the mirror.
Yeah, I like when actors do their own stunts. It adds a lot because the cinematography doesn't need to account for like hiding the actor's face and everything. So I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
They really smashed it into cars in San Francisco, so props.
Okay, I guess.
Damn.
That's cool. It does look, it looks real, but I think the bigger problem is how you can tell that this, for example, is a fucking green screen, and it really just doesn't look real. I think the issue I have is the contrast of how bad the VFX are when they're not doing practical.
Open the door, please. Politeness. Yes, sir.
You kidding me?
What?
That you gave a win to politeness.
A win because he said please.
Oh my Christ! I swear to God, I
love this.
Wait, wouldn't that be not politeness, but actually him pleading for his life? Because that's the other meaning of please, is that you're pleading for something, not that you're actually like being polite.
Maybe just the word please warrants the.
Maybe please is polite in any
it's
way.
polite.
Yeah, maybe if someone has a gun pointed to your head and you say please don't kill me, you're just being polite. He could have just said don't kill me. Yeah.
So if you found like the script that has the most pleases in it, that would be a lot of wins right there.
Yeah, it would be probably one of the best films according to good old CinemaWins.
Yeah.
Extended shot from outside the bus showcases the confinement he'd be feeling, but also how outmatched these chumps actually are. Old boy
I also
hallway
love
fight.
how he right there, for example, he just kicked someone out from the inside of the bus, fell down out there, probably died. I don't really like this. It feels really artificial, like the way this is shot. Like you can tell, obviously, you know, that the background is green screen, but also it feels like disconnected from Shang-Chi. And so I see him fighting. I'm like, I don't like, I can't follow it because like all the windows aren't like big enough, and I can't see a lot of what's happening. So I'm like, oh, I guess he did that instead of like actually seeing him fight. I think the way, for example, Daredevil did in season 1 with the hallway fight, is just keeping the camera like static as he fights them on the hallway could have been a better way to do it. Where you just keep the camera pointed one way as you see him fighting. Probably would have helped. Or
I
like
think they do zoom out a little bit. Not zoom out, but it's like on a dolly going very slow.
Oh yeah, it goes.
I think it goes in and then it goes out a little bit.
Yeah, but it's like it's very little movement. It's like the point is just the fight is confined to this hallway, and they do the Texas switch and everything. But yeah,
I should have added this kill to my video where I point out how I think Katie wanted him to see like killing is bad, but it's like he did it twice at least twice in Macau on the scaffolding, and then this would have been another example even way before that.
Yeah, this is the moment I always remember, and I think like, oh, he killed someone. Like, look at that guy falling, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, there's
if he's alive, I swear to God. To be fair, it's the MCU, so who knows, he might be alive. They're fucking
everyone has super durability.
Yeah, fucking who is in the end of the film that survives the fucking Soul Eater because the film wants them to? Probably Shining, but I don't remember.
No, it was the Death Dealer died.
Death Dealer
it was
died. Oh yeah, it's Blade Arm Man. It's
Blade Arm Man.
Yeah, it's a Razor Fist. Yeah.
Chumps actually are. Old boy hallway fight.
Oh, imagine you comparing this to Old Boy.
What's up?
What did you want to say?
Did you want to say something?
Oh no, I was speaking.
I was speaking Chew. Yeah, but I think you turned the gain on your mic a bit too low. Because
you need a new headset.
No, it's because he has the fucking fan on and he changed the sensitivity. It happened.
Is this better?
I think so. You guess you were talking to Kara. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, she's gone to work. I'm speaking to the cat.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine as well. You can talk to the cat.
The cat doesn't understand English.
Yeah, you gotta meow at him.
She reacted to the Queen dying. I had
She reacted to the Queen dying.
The Queen touched many lives like Prince Andrew did.
I knew you were gonna make that fucking comparison. When he said touched, I'm like, you're gonna. Oh well. But yeah, comparing this to Old Boy, I feel it's quite I don't like it because Old Boy, that hallway fight is fucking really impressive. It goes on for way longer. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a bit I don't want to say disingenuous, but it is a bit like trying to. That's a good way to put it. It's just like it's trying to compare to something that's like a very high bar, and it's like, no, this is, you can praise this while not comparing it to like one of the best fight scenes in cinema. You know, you can chill out.
Yeah.
Hey, look at his sword reflected in his sclera.
Oh, that's cool. But how about the fact that he could have killed? Well, did he want to kill Shang-Chi at that point or not? Who knows? Because this
we don't know because
he
Wenwu
tries
wants
to,
him
but
alive.
Yeah. But he also says, I told them that if they try to kill you, they wouldn't be able to. I'm glad I was right. Even though I need you alive. It's so dumb.
But then Razor Fist is like pissed at Shang-Chi for some reason. in the line that he says in a bit.
Oh yeah, he says,
you and your sister deserve what's coming.
Yeah. Unless he actually really looked up to Shang-Chi and Xialing, and he was like, no, you deserve what's coming. You're gonna get your mother back. He just said it in an angry tone. Because of adrenaline.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Perfect sense, yeah.
I can't be totally sure, but when you slow it down, it looks like this is when Razorface steals the pendant, since it's not on Shang-Chi's neck.
Razor
in slow-mo
fist,
shot.
but
Also
yeah,
head
it is.
kick.
Oh, that's a good catch.
Yeah, teamwork.
Where are you going?
Macau.
Macau.
Teamwork.
Yeah, Aquafina knows what's up. Fun word to say, cow. I knew
What?
It is a fun word. I win.
Word being fun to say.
It is fun though. Macau, isn't that fun? Woohoo!
Yeah, it's a win for the movie.
I swear to God. Oh,
The
cinema
movie didn't
wins.
even invent that word.
No, but it's a fun word to say, and the film knows it. The film knows what's fun.
Okay.
That's what's important, Madvocate. You gotta understand that.
All right, my bad.
Shang-Chi was a man of taste when I saw the Warriors poster, but Outcast, Stankonia, and Kung Fu Hustle? I have to take that as a sign that this is the year. I know you've all been
Okay.
clamoring, and I need to do it. This is the year we finally get Stankonia on vinyl.
I was willing to do
Okay.
anything he wanted.
Such a red herring
yeah.
setup where his dad is this clear-cut bad guy just sending his minor son out in a hit. What we learned
It's not a red Harry. It's literally what he did.
He-
What? How is it a red
He is
Harry?
a bad guy.
He did do
No,
that
he's-
thing as well. I don't understand.
He's a
He's a fan noises. I agree, Jeff.
later doesn't so much exonerate him or vilify Shang-Chi as
What? It doesn't
What?
blur any lines. Why? Why would it? Wenwu is
he's
just
getting
as
groomed
bad
to
at the.
grow a lifestyle.
What do we learn later that makes him a better person? I'm confused. I guess it's because he wants his wife back, but it's stupid. We
Because
know
he
that.
fell in love.
Oh yes, falling in love makes you a better person because bad people can never fall in love. Fisk and Vanessa, that's not a thing. I swear to God, dude.
Having a family means you can't do any wrong.
Yeah, that's why in Into the Spider-Verse, Wilson Fisk isn't actually the villain. It's Miles, because well, actually he has a family. I guess it's Peter B because he lost his wife, so he doesn't have a family anymore. And Aunt May was dead, so Peter B is the villain of Into the Spider-Verse. You heard it here first.
blur the lines.
You'll have to beef. Yes. And
Alright, please do not
No,
give a win to
no,
this scene.
no,
I swear to God, this is the worst tone shift in the
no.
MCU. Please. I believe in you, CinemaWins.
I hope this is one of those cinema
Two
sin.
beefs.
Oh,
Macau.
did you go?
I will kill myself.
Oh.
Are you kidding me, right?
I'm
That's
gonna
all you have to
fucking
say
kill
about the
something.
worst tone shift in the MCU. Oh my
well,
God.
he can't say anything bad about it. This is cinema wins.
No, but he can take wins away. Same way CinemaSins takes wins away when it's something cool. They
That's
both have
true.
done it. Yeah, that's so dumb.
What I was gonna say just now is I hope before like we played the whole scene, I was gonna say I hope this is one of the cinema sins moment where he's like, okay, this is actually cool, but I was hoping Wins would say, okay, this is actually pretty fucking bad, taking a win away.
Yeah, but he didn't.
But no, he just wanted to make a joke, and
Yeah.
apparently that's a win for the movie because of a
Yeah.
joke that he thought of.
That he thought of. I don't understand. This.
Fucking excellent standards.
Yeah, he's the exact same as CinemaSins. I don't care. He does the exact same shit. He's just not as
Yeah.
crass about his jokes. CinemaSins does the like fucking stripper and fucking prostitute jokes because that's just how his brain works. Do you think the beef joke is worse than Iron Man 3 making fun of Tony's PTSD? It's a good question. I think this is more jarring. But I think the Iron Man 3 one probably pisses me off more because of how it's not dealing with Tony's character seriously, considering everything that's happened to him before. So, yeah, I don't know. I try to remember, I try to imagine what Wenwu told his man. I want you to try your absolute hardest to kill my son, but only use melee weapons and don't surprise attack him. Give him a fighting chance. Boss, don't you want your son alive if you want to bring your wife back home so that you and your children can be all happy? Because I'll be a happy family again. Shut the fuck up, though. Question my spectacular genius plan. Yeah, that's probably how the conversation went, yeah.
How the fuck did how did all of this go over Brown Table's head? Like,
Brown Table doesn't pay attention.
if I asked him, like, so do you think Wenwu's plan overall, like, makes sense? I want to know what his answer is.
What's the
I wonder if he, like, tried to, like, tangentially get away from that question. Just like, I don't think it matters if it makes sense. What matters is, you know, it's in character, you know.
I was gonna say that next. Like, maybe he Yeah, he'll probably just say, well, that doesn't really matter. What matters is the character moments that are possible because of the plan.
Uh-huh.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Wong was doing with the underground fight club with Abomination. Oh, my good friend, have you not seen She-Hulk? So She-Hulk episode 3 actually answers that question. Wong
If you
needed...
want that answered,
what are you gonna say, John?
want that answered, just say yes, and I will happily answer that. All for you.
What? I was about to
The
explain
person
it.
who
I was about to explain it, Jeb.
Well,
Why do you...
they might care about She-Hulk spoilers for whatever reason.
Oh, really? Oh, you know, Julian Green, if you do care about spoilers, then if you don't care about spoilers, if you want to know why, Wong, then why don't you fight Abomination? Just let us know, because I guess Jeb cares really much about She-Hulk
Yeah, I do.
spoilers. Yeah.
Because I feel like people need to experience it firsthand.
I mean, we did. We watched episode 3 and 4. That was fun. You're gonna see that soon, guys. Don't worry. Soon-ish. A month. Alright, let's get back to CinemaWins.
Go through with it.
He doesn't actually say no, and in Lies Have to Be Spoken Out Loud to Be Lies Land, that's not a lie. And Macau still...
Wait, what was the
looks-
line? I need to rewind just to know what she said to him. Because I don't
Why
remember
she do
this one.
that? I'll explain.
Mine's a bit.
She...
Yes, and the beef. 2 beefs.
You
Oh,
know
we're
who
watching
likes
this
2
again.
beefs?
Shut up, shut
Macau.
up, shut up, shut up.
Fuck's sake,
Okay,
Dad, you're
that's
talking over it.
Who likes 2
Sorry.
beefs? Macau.
I'm
Did you go
joking.
through with it?
Okay. What? That's him saying yes. What? That's him admitting it. He's not saying anything because he heard some show. He's not lying. He's not saying no. He's admitting that he did it. He's just not saying it out loud. What are you talking about, CinemaWins? Do you not know storytelling?
Wait, what?
So
Wait, no, what are you saying?
So
She says
she
did you go
says,
through with the killing.
and then he looks down and doesn't answer. And yeah, we know he did go through with it. That's him
Didn't he
admitting
just
he
shake his
did.
head no, though?
No, he shook his head and looked down. And I don't think it was meant to be no. Because doesn't he also explain right after what he did? Because he goes back into the flashback and says it? Or is that later?
I think that's later.
That's way
He-
later.
Then
He
He's
lies in
lying
the
right
section.
now.
Why would he lie to her, though?
He says he...
Macau.
Did
Yeah,
you
he
go
says he
through
Because
doesn't
he's
kill.
ashamed for killing.
But,
For some reason.
yeah, why? I don't get it.
Well, I mean, I guess it's fine if that's his if his morals are okay with killing, but like he could still be ashamed of other people knowing that he's okay with it, I guess.
I guess, but later in the film, he's not okay with killing because he says to
Yeah,
his
well,
dad, like, you don't reach the border.
that
Yeah.
they fucked up on,
Yeah.
clearly.
I'm confused,
Anyway.
I guess. Anyway, go, Joe.
So this person doesn't care about She-Hulk, so I'm going to explain Wong, and I'm going to say episode 3 and 4. So in episode 3, you find out that he did it because it was a trial to Sorcerer Supreme. So he takes Abomination out of his cell by force, fights him, tries to keep him comatose. Abomination. He admits this to the parole board. They say, "Oh, we're going to have to arrest you now because you smuggled a fugitive or a criminal or whatever," and he just leaves. He then, in episode 4, whilst being a few, this woman went to this magician show called Donny Blaze, and he was at Camatard for a week, somehow got a sling ring, doing magic spells for fun. She goes through a portal, makes a pact with a demon, ends up with Wong. Ruins the Sopranos for Wong, and Wong's like, that's it, that's enough. I'm going to challenge this person. So what does he do? He goes to the lawyer that's hunting to take this person to court and do a cease and desist, rather than, use the mystic arts. And this leads, in the end, to probably people dying because of a goblin spell. And yeah, that's Wong.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Wong.
he just doesn't take the sling ring away because he's dumb.
That's it. That's the whole episode 4 in a nutshell. Everything happens because Wong didn't simply open a portal to a guy using a sling ring and take it away from him.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's amazing. Also, Jeb, you should turn down the sensibility just a little bit because you cut out like at the end of sentences and shit like that. But mostly we're good there.
Say no.
Thanks, Jeb.
No, and in Lies Have to Be Spoken Out Loud to Be Lies Land, that's not a lie. And Macau still looks tight. Also, best place to get my milk, Macau. Sorry, okay, we're done.
Macau,
street food.
funny.
Julia, do we have any soup dumpling? Fight.
What's happening?
I wonder what Birdman thinks about CinemaWins. Since he very clearly hates CinemaSins for like doing jokes and stuff, but CinemaWins
does the exact same thing.
Equal.
Yeah.
Well, CinemaWins is nice, so that means they're fine.
Yeah, that's a thing that a lot of people will do to like defend CinemaWins. Like, no, it's better than CinemaSins because it's positive. It's not spreading negativity like CinemaSins does, so it's fine. But it's just like, if it's doing the exact same thing, it's not really contributing anything to like film criticism. If you think CinemaSins is hurting film criticism, CinemaWins is doing the same thing.
Like toxic positivity is a thing.
I wouldn't say this is toxic
giving everything
positivity.
a medal just for trying.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is toxic positivity. I just think it's a.
It is.
Well, because toxic positivity is when you're against, like you like get super mad at people for criticizing things because you're like, no, everything. You shouldn't criticize anything. You shouldn't be negative. He doesn't say that you shouldn't be negative. He just thinks that he wants to spread positivity. I think that's, I guess, the difference. Like, he's not trying to be toxic about it. I just think he's really doing a very poor job at actually criticizing anything and actually praising anything substantive in anything he does. And it kind of seems like, yo, if this is the surface level thing we're gonna get, and film criticism is kind of just dying if that's the way people want to praise things.
Scaffolding. Scaffolding fight shadowing.
Oh, all good.
Okay.
I speak ABC.
Oh, great.
I'm John.
John.
Okay, so it's Pecklin and Eddie, but that's gotta be it.
I like your spike face.
Compliments. You know.
Are you?
What?
She gave him a compliment. That's
Fucking
a win,
hell.
Madvocate. I love CinemaWins.
He wins most random of shit.
I'm so confused.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, it's fucking reference to Extremis, even though that kind of breaks the world
Yeah.
building. It's funny.
Some guy just survived.
Yeah, some guy just has the Extremis. Do you remember when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in Season 1 did an entire fucking arc about trying to use Extremis in the Centipede Serum and trying to stabilize it because Aldrich Killiam never managed to actually properly stabilize it and they needed that to make their super soldiers. Yeah. Like, the entire first episode is about, like, the Extremis Serum being used in Mike, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. figures out how to stabilize it through the night guns, the icers. It's like S.H.I.E.L.D. had a through line in how it did the world building. If you want to have extremist people just out and about, you're kind of fucking it over. I mean, obviously, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon because it's been clearly made a point of that in the last few entries in the MCU.
Unless this guy, this extremist guy, managed to. How long has it been? Like 10 years since Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
For 10 years, just not glow in public or get hot. Though I thought you can still read their heat, like high heat signatures, even when they're not glowing. I think Tony did that in Iron Man 3 at the end.
Yeah, unless I guess he has one of the centipede serums and he just managed to escape, but that doesn't make sense considering the world building of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's like if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon, so I don't think there's really any way for him to exist here. Unless he just managed to replicate the Extremis thing, it just somehow stayed under the radar.
God, no, don't give them ideas. They're gonna pull a Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh
just
God,
some
no.
guy makes the Super Soldier Serum. Some guy just makes the Extremis Serum.
Please no.
You can look at this as just a fun reference to Iron Man 3 with Killian's test subjects, but the truth is that it's entirely possible there are extremist goons walking around out there, and
Why?
she's the same actress from Black Widow, so she's for sure a widow.
Okay.
But why hasn't anything been done about them then?
Yeah, what do you mean there could be other extremist goons? I needed the fucking citation for that. Why could there be? Isn't the point that they fucking explode after a while? And they can't, like...
Yes.
Because
I
that's
don't
the
think
entire
there's a set
thing.
time, but it's just unstable.
Yeah, and he's fighting, like, he was even glowing there. He would explode during the fight. Oh, he's gonna praise the Abomination, I swear to God.
Abomination? He got a fin upgrade.
Oh, good one. Fine,
Oh,
it's fine.
okay.
Upgrade, you say?
Oh wow, so he really is Emil Blonsky. Tim Roth is even credited on
I
IMDb.
just
Okay.
I just realised something.
Yes. What?
So
on.
She-Hulk said that he's fighting Abomination as a test, and he's like, "Yeah, Abomination hurt me," and I'm like, "But he's testing, so he has to hurt you."
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
understand.
forgot to bring that up when we did the watch party, because Abomination here, it feels like so much different than Abomination and She-Hulk, because like this one actually like roars, like he doesn't sound like the fucking
He doesn't sound like Tim
cheese
Roth.
ball that Emil Blonsky does.
Yeah.
When he's like, all right, calm down.
Yeah, which is fucking
He
stupid.
doesn't sound like that. He sounds like an actual fucking monster.
So I guess
he's closer to
the
Incredible Hulk
assumption is that
Abomination.
Wong didn't just break him out and turn him back into Abominations, that he can mentally control Abomination. Because then he can make Abomination act like he knew he did in the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, and then this next thing that I forgot to bring up was yeah, the dialogue from Wong in this scene definitely doesn't make it sound like he's training to be the Sorcerer Supreme. It just sounds like he just wants to fight for fun.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that hurt, Blonsky, and or Emil, whatever.
Yeah, you wanna know how it feels?
Yeah, and then he does it, and it's over in a second. So I guess he could have just done that from the beginning. So it's not really a worthy opponent, is it, Wong? But whatever.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, Tim Roth is returning for She-Hulk. Orphan Black is playing She-Hulk? Where have I been? This day just got so much better.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's got to win for another show doing something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he make
Shang-Chi gets a win because an actor in it is going to appear in another TV show.
I'm curious. He probably hasn't done yet. Yeah, but
If he's watched it?
Well, if he's made or gonna make a video about She-Hulk, because I think that could be interesting. No, his past few videos were Matrix Resurrection, Captain Marvel, Joker, Gray Man. So yeah. Who knows?
Sling ring genuity.
You got this.
Except he could have done that from the beginning, but whatever.
You got this. Don't be nervous.
Thank you.
Dang it, Simu is just so likable. Great martial artist, great.
Is he? That was just like such a nothing burger of a moment. It's not likable. It's just like, okay.
You got this. Don't be nervous.
Thank you.
Dang it.
Really? This is what makes you think, oh damn, he's just so
likable
likable.
about that.
Yeah, he's just like,
I'm sure he's a likable guy, but just that didn't scream likable. It just screamed, all right.
yeah.
Simu is just so likable. Great martial artist, great actor. You don't usually get funny too. Leaves him awesome for the rest of us, bruh. Wow, so they're
Okay.
keeping him in a Hulk Loki.
But
cage.
every character in the MCU now is funny.
Yeah, everyone became the
That doesn't
comic relief.
calling a new character in the MCU funny doesn't seem special anymore.
Well, I think it's just like it's the actor that's funny and not just like they wrote the character to be funny. Because I think it's like you would say that Katie is trying to be the comic relief. She's also trying to be funny, but the actress Aquafina is not. So I guess it's kind of the difference.
I'd probably argue that the actual written dialogue plays more into that too. I mean, like more so than
Directing as well.
more so than the directing or delivery.
Yeah. So they're keeping him in a Hulk Loki cage.
Going.
I don't hate where this. Okay, setup, I guess. See, Madvocate, it was a clear setup. You just didn't see it when you were making your video. You just didn't have the foresight to remember that She-Hulk would exist. It now makes perfect sense why Blonsky was there.
Yeah.
His workout routine.
All the way from San Francisco,
Nothing like
The push-ups?
Yeah, I guess.
He's just praising the push-ups because we didn't see him do anything else.
Well, it's just like, oh, he's ripped. It's like, yeah, he is. Doesn't really make sense though, considering his training would have been way less because he wouldn't train anymore to fight. But whatever.
He's praising a behind-the-scenes thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something that's not even in the movie.
Yeah, it's like watching Love and Thunder praising that scene that shows Chris Hemsworth ass and be like, oh man, you know, good on you for having a nice ass. It's like that's not really in the film. Like
Haven't seen Love and Thunder, never will.
Amazingly talented athletes kick the snot out of each other while looking beautiful.
Looking beautiful. Okay.
Looking beautiful. All right.
Right.
Okay. I'm sorry. This is such a thing.
Is that his way of coming out as bi?
That'd be funny. Just like, oh, they're both beautiful.
Maybe.
But no, sorry. Just that frame is fucking hilarious. I can't play a lot before everyone acknowledges how beautiful this is. Jesus Christ.
Nice takedown. Oh, way better takedown.
Okay. Oh, that moment where he just doesn't do anything for no reason. I love that too, yeah. He just stands there. It's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna, get knocked out, I guess.
I wonder if he's gonna praise how not Yingli, Zheling got to this, level of expertise in fighting.
No, she thought of herself.
We're told what she did. We're told what she did. I wonder if he's gonna praise that line.
He probably just gonna make some joke like "you go girl" or some shit and give a win. I'm calling it.
Encouragement. You're like,
please.
Literally anything positive.
I swear.
Any positive emotes is a win.
I swear to God. Someone asked if he made a video on Multiverse of Madness. I'm gonna check now because I'm curious.
Oh, God.
I don't think so. No, he hasn't.
Oh, thank God.
Well, he probably will because he made even about
time.
Black Widow. So Jesus Christ. And WandaVision, including the finale. Oh my God.
Just give it time.
Oh my Christ. Tomorrow War. Godzilla vs. Kong. Jesus. I don't like CinemaWins. Anyway, let's move on.
Such a badass. Everything that you do is like so cool.
agreed.
I like it.
Okay.
More compliments.
Right.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
off.
Stop with the compliments.
Whatever. Just play it. Don't pause it.
And a win because she said nice pants.
Nice pants.
I'm gonna write a film that's literally just two characters complimenting each other for 2 hours. I want to see him make a video on it. I'm gonna make a film. I'm gonna make that film. I'm gonna send it to him through his email. Be like, can you please make a video on this film?
Okay, now we're really getting Jackie Chan-esque. Using the plank to take out two goons and then
They're fucking dumb. Why don't they have ranged weapons?
uses another goon as a bridge? Also just
Because then we can't have all of this.
the sheer amount of punishment he takes reminds me of Jackie. Chaotic fast.
Yeah, but he can't die. He has super durability, as we know from later in the film. It doesn't matter. Also, this fight is shot so poorly. It looks so dark. You can barely see what's happening properly.
Pace fighting. And this isn't in all martial arts movies are the same.
Look at this fucking framing. It's so hard to see. If you had at least closed it stood out more.
Everyone said this one's so vibrant and colourful, but it just looks so dull half the time.
Yeah,
It's probably-
if someone would mention
it's
the
vibrant.
bright and colorful, I'd probably say the fight with the death dealer later in the scene. It's probably
It's vibrant when the bright lights on the other side are showing, from the displays on the buildings in the background.
Yeah.
That's when there's actually color.
Yeah, because from this is there's nothing. It's just very dark.
Yeah.
It's very hard to
Just blue, grey, black, a little bit of bamboo colour, yellowish.
Yeah, they could have. You can do dark fight scenes that look good still. Daredevil's obviously gonna be the one I'm gonna mention because even episode 1 has the fight with the rain and everything. It just looks so fucking beautiful, and it's not. And it's obviously middle of the night and shit. It's not that hard to light something that like that.
Same thing. Here's a compliment I can come up with because we don't get Jackie Chan movies like First Strike, Police Story, or Rumble in the Bronx much anymore, and a lot of this feels like a direct homage.
If you say so.
Okay, I love it.
Oh my God, this shot is so shit. Can you see anything that's going on? It's just a bunch of black things. Oh, okay, whatever.
It's just Katie looking.
Yeah.
They broke the 180-degree rule, but did it in the reflection so your brain still tracks with what's going on, even if you don't know it's a reflection until the goon strikes. Also, Eagles call.
I mean, okay, that's it's fine use of a camera movement.
Yeah, interesting observation.
Yeah, but the fucking Hotel California thing is so dumb.
Callback.
Also, why are they going after her? She doesn't matter. She doesn't have the pendant. It's so stupid. Why do they care about her?
Neither of them have it. Neither of them have
Yeah,
the
why are
pendant.
they going after fucking Shading? It's so dumb. Stupid scene.
Desert highway.
Sisu could really use some water to jump fly off of right about now.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
Saving your bestie with the power of parkour.
She should be dead.
Yeah, she should also be
Dude.
dead here.
Oh, this fucking
Oh,
fall.
it's the moment where fucking
She falls
Shading
like 5 stories.
Shading murders her. She absolutely destroys fucking Katie doing this. Like, dude, they are both so dead
How?
there.
How?
They are so dead. I'm sorry, film, but just no. Okay? Just no.
Girl with the great pants with the power of horizontal bar skills.
With the power of not making sense. That's how she did it. I'm sorry.
Again with this.
Oh, why did you play it again? Why did you play the I like it?
It
We
was-
know what it
It
is.
was
That was like a
less-
minute
it was
ago.
Less than 2 minutes ago.
You know what you're referencing, yeah.
Sticky camera following them both doing parkour.
I just wish it was better lit, but yeah.
I need to be singing the praises of the.
Wait, what happened there? Wait, that was fucking stupid what the guy did. I just never realized that before. Hold on.
Again with this sticky camera following them both.
So he's gonna attack her.
Parkour.
Wait,
He
why?
swings. He swings again.
Why does he go
And then
there?
he jumps.
He swings
Wait,
and then
play
he
it.
just yeah. So after he swings, he just decides to continue going that way. Like he swings and then he goes. He fucking. Why did you get out of her way? Your entire purpose is to grab her. Oh my god, this is so dumb. Oh my Christ.
Praises of the camera operator. So good job,
So-
camera operator. That's singing for you.
Okay.
I think what was going on is that guy was trying to get closer to her, but then she swapped places with him.
But
it's still dumb
But
because
she
there's
moved
more
before he
people
did.
because there's people under him, and like you'd wanna surround her. So him doing that instead of just going forward and not around to like give her space to run away is stupid.
Well, yeah, you'd think
You're
he'd
giving
go
her a chance to
towards
run
her
away.
as opposed to go around her because she's already moving left and
Yeah.
he goes to her right. It's just
Yeah.
he's going away from her. He's like, oh fuck, I didn't think this through. Fucking so dumb. See, there he's showing it again for some reason.
And this one take pass.
Oh, he dies. Oh no.
Focus from Shaolin to Shang-Chi.
Did America make you soft?
I mean.
Oh, you're not gonna bring that up.
Oh, you're also not gonna mention about the fact that that line makes no sense because he was fucking questioning the goon. He wasn't actually against killing him, as seen by the entire scene where he kills a bunch of goons.
It's a win because it gives CinemaWins an opportunity to make a joke.
Ah, that's a good point.
Yeah, good on the movie
Yeah, good on the movie for
giving him that
for
chance.
doing things that CinemaWins can make passing observations on. Amazing.
So cool and yet also somehow creepy. Who
What?
has 2 thumbs and loves
How?
a silhouette
What?
fight?
I don't
this
know.
guy. Well, you can't see me, but you can imagine.
Okay.
Silhouette fight. Ah, didn't get his cheek that time.
Okay, that was shown later, wasn't it?
This is
Or was it earlier? I don't know. Whatever.
uh,
Oh, this is the moment where he's super mad at Death Dealer for no reason because Death Dealer is literally the same thing he is. He's just a fucking goon that has been trained by his dad for years and that has no autonomy. And he's super mad at Death Dealer as opposed to his, just being like, oh no, it's my dad that did this. But whatever.
I love that he gets this victory over Death Dealer right here and now. That arc is complete and it doesn't matter who's behind the mask or what happens to him after this.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter who the Death Dealer is. I agree because the film's completely wasted. It's just like, oh, I
Yeah.
show up, I explode a thing, I lose a fight, and then I'm gonna die later in the film for a joke. Amazing character. Yeah, fucking brilliant.
We didn't need another secondary boss antagonist with what's coming, and there's no reason for him to not be superior to Death Dealer at this point.
Except what? There is
Wait, what?
there are all the reasons he shouldn't be even training. What are you talking about? Oh my god, ruins.
there's no reason.
Do you even
Stop
think before you
laughing
say
at
things?
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yes, Jeff. She-Hulk's behind the mask. She's the Death Dealer. Oh my god. There's no reason for him to not be better than the Death Dealer by this point.
You see, he's been doing push-ups every morning for 10 years.
One push-up each push-up is like building your skill in a game. You know, you just gotta do things that make you level up, and then you can increase your fighting skills. You don't actually need to train fighting. That's how martial arts works. Yeah. Death Dealer has actually been training, which is a harder grind. Shang-Chi figured out an exploit in the game, so yeah, it's just how it works.
He just bought the battle pass.
Yeah, Shang-Chi figured out how to speed run. It's so dumb. I swear to God, this is such a stupid fucking call. I can't believe you actually said that. CinemaWins. Congrats, man.
Also, a hint that he'd be willing to kill outside of necessity, setting up his resolution for later.
Let's go home.
He's killed a lot of people by now. Don't worry.
Wait, is this setting up his resolution?
It's that he was turned into a murderer, and the resolution is that he didn't want to be a murderer, and that is the resolution. That's what's been set up here.
And then he's like, I have to kill my dad.
And then he's like, I'm not actually gonna kill my dad, don't worry. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
You might be asking yourself, why did Wenwu trick Shang-Chi into coming to Macau, since it would just make retrieving Shaolin's pendant that much harder?
Good point! Hey,
whoa,
good on you.
on.
That's a good criticism.
Hold on, let me read this, because I didn't hear what he just said. Oh, so he's just pointing out how the card was a good idea to get him to go to Macau. But it's not a good idea.
Well, it's not a good idea, but that's the other part of the point. He's not pointing that out. He's just like, you know, you might be asking yourself why Wenwu wanted Shang-Chi to come to Macau, even regardless of that making sense. I don't think he didn't mention about the card making sense. But I'm just curious how he's going to defend this, because it seems like he's setting himself up for, like, oh, but see, this makes sense. So let's see.
Well, this way he doesn't have to go all the way to America with his full force to get him.
But he sent his goons there. What? What are you talking about? Well, it's like you said, Madvocate, as well, because in your video that he would have needed if he hadn't gone to Macau, he would have needed to fucking travel back to America to fucking get Shang-Chi. So I guess he is actually making the point that it was a smart move to get him of how he was able to get him to Macau. This fucking dumb. It wasn't.
Well, no, wait. When he says full force, I'm assuming he's talking about Wenwu's like entire squad or army or whatever.
But he doesn't do that
because he only
Macau
sends
either.
3 guys. He only sends 3-4 guys to the bus.
Yeah.
So that I guess that's what he's saying. He's like, oh, sending the card means he doesn't have to send his whole army after him, which would be fucking stupid because you can't do anything in the shadows if you send like 100 goons after one person in fucking San Francisco.
No, even if you send 4 goons who have tattoos of the fucking, you know.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother point.
Man was just that smart.
Because
wow, okay. I guess he's gonna praise this.
Okay, you're just gonna ignore how that one reveal completely breaks his plan, even more than it was already broke. That's fine. You do use CinemaWins. You would just point out the good things. So, and good things.
So it's like for.
What'd you say, Jeff?
Are you okay?
Oh, just like poo hard. I don't know why.
All right, go on, Madvocate.
Shit, I lost my train of thought.
Fucking hell, Jeb. Well done. Fuck's sake, Jeb.
Whatever, let's just move on. This is stupid.
Into his empire. I'm gonna build my own.
A little Zhangbo Yu shadow in here? Without the racist character father this time, of course.
Okay. Oh, you skipped the one good line in the film. Why did you do that? You could have pointed out. Oh, it's that one scene. It's the one line I like in the film, but he skipped it. Fucking amazing. Well done, CinemaWins.
He didn't know my actual name. He invented a new one, the Mandarin. He gave his figurehead the name of a chicken dish.
You know, how would you know that was based off of you? Or
Don't. Don't praise this. I wonder if you've seen All Hail the King.
He probably hasn't. It's very much,
I
very
mean,
much.
he
stuff
seems
it.
to be a MCU shill, so
Yeah, but most MCU fans haven't seen that. It's just kind of thing where there are people
wow,
who know
fake
about
fans.
it. Fake
fans. I'm more of an MCU shill in that case.
You definitely.
Fans were pissed about Trevor, and I always appreciate filmmakers trying to make good. This
The fuck?
No,
Oh no, he did
No.
praise it. Oh my
Oh.
Christ.
All Hail the King is canon. And they
Alleged.
say that the Mandarin is actually out there, and he's pissed that Trevor took his name, and now the real Mandarin, this guy is saying, no, it's not even my name. They
Yeah.
just made that up.
It's so dumb.
Well, I'm like, how is this not more insulting? Because, like, the original Mandarin, like, insulted the character in terms of what Iron Man 3 did, but this one just makes fun of the name, which is, like, everyone makes fun of. Everyone says that, like, superhero films shouldn't make fun of the names and stuff because it's a cringy joke. Yeah, everyone's fine with it here. Like what's the standard?
It's because Iron Man 3 did it worse, which I don't even agree with, but whatever. So, you know, it's
And
if
this
it's
guy
doing it
doesn't
better
even-
than Iron Man 3, then it's fine.
This guy doesn't even have rings. He has bracelets.
Oh yeah,
still
that's also a
haven't
good point
read
that I
any-
don't understand.
I haven't read any comments yet, because I said in my video, anyone who's like a fan of the Mandarin comics, if you can tell me if this pissed you off, I haven't seen any comments yet. Then again, I gave up on reading comments. But yeah, if anyone watching this stream who's a comic buff is pissed about the bracelets, let us know.
Yeah. I remember we watched that Nando video. Didn't he praise that there are bracelets in the film because
did.
of how like they were versatile or some shit? I don't remember. I do remember
Well,
him
because
praising all the-
they're like an actual item used in some kind of martial arts. He brought up like another movie where someone
yeah, I
was using them
remember
to
that now.
train.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
I don't think they're like I don't know if they're actual weapons or if they're just used to like train or to like protect the forearms or something. We'd have to rewatch his video to get clarification.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Bracelets.
Oh, look at this chat. TV Booger said Birdman should be mad.
He should, but you see, no, it's
Yeah.
it's not the actual rings. Don't worry, it's not actively contradicting the power levels of the comics. Just Miss Marvel does that. That's the only thing. that's ever done that.
It's not just the power levels, it's the power set. And he's not using, because don't the 10 rings each have like their own unique power?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
In the comics, yeah.
Yeah, so Birdman should be pissed that they just turned it into energy bracelets that like turn into whips.
Yeah, to be fair, have we even seen a video? I haven't really seen him talk about Shang-Chi, so I'm not sure if he does think Shang-Chi is good or not. He probably does though. His standards are awful. So.
Yeah. I mean, he thinks No Way Home is good. Well, at least he thinks Doctor Strange is a consistent character in it, so.
Yeah. So when we not realize he has people who work for him that get his own name wrong, referring to that Mandarin girl from All Hail the King. Yeah, that's the exact thing. It's just so dumb.
Yeah, the interviewer is literally sent by him. He has a tattoo and everything, and that's how they retcon that hard. And yeah, this movie is nonsense.
Love the desaturated gray and brown background of his real compound contrasted against the idyllic faux backdrop as if it were all still a front, hiding the truth underneath. Or maybe
they're looking a bit too much into it, but you know, sure. Visual storytelling is neat. I guess you could say that's the thing.
I think he was looking too much into it because he actually gave up his life for this.
Yeah, that's true.
So
because
it's not
it wasn't.
really-
Yeah, it wasn't a lie or that he was hiding underneath. It was just that that was actually like his true life, and he was trying to get it back even after she died. The way he went about it is the film thinks, hey, you're being a bit cringe. So yeah,
you
right,
could
sure.
interpret it that way because in Nando's video he said, like, you can't take the warrior king out of Wenwu because he immediately goes back to his atrocious deeds when Ying Li dies. So I guess you could say he is kind of, maybe he's just repressing his tendencies under you know, his life with having a family.
I guess maybe it's like having a family is like a lie he told himself that he could have, and then when he loses that, he goes back to it.
But they don't explore it well. Like, that's a cool idea, but this movie does not spend any more time than just these like superficial visuals.
Yeah.
Maybe Lee just hadn't moved in yet, but now that she has, the entire compound has taken on color, life, and warmth. And a family montage is the fastest way to destroy my soul.
Why?
What?
It's all
because they played DDR.
Yeah, they played.
Remember Nando praised that too.
Everyone is praised that. I just find it super weird. It's like that montage just doesn't really show anything. It's like, oh, they were a happy family. Yeah, I assumed that before she died.
I want to know what she taught Wenwu that he couldn't understand before when he was thousands of years old.
Yeah, I want to see the two of them just sitting down and talking about him being a fucking warlord for 2,000 years. But I guess we can't.
Do they ever talk in this movie, like actual dialogue? Because they show them talking, but we don't actually.
Yeah,
really
I don't
hear
think
it.
that we actually see the two of them like exchanging words.
What the hell? I just realized that we don't have like an actual scene of them talking.
I think at most is like a line or two. I think in the montage, but I don't think we ever have like have a conversation.
No, the movie tells you they talked a lot.
Yeah,
it doesn't tell you what they talked about or even the conversation.
When was a sympathetic villain the same way Killmonger is a well-written villain? It's yeah. Oh, he's a sympathetic villain the same way Killmonger is a sympathetic villain, because people think he's right for some reason, despite the fact that his plan is literally to genocide white people. I don't understand.
I feel her breath on my cheek.
Sorrow takes all shapes,
Thanks, Joe.
folks. All right, so there's air.
Okay, what? Okay, yeah, he is indeed sad that his wife died. Thank you, CinemaWins. That's a valuable point.
Airbending and waterbending? I mean, do you have any idea how...
Oh, it's reference. I love reference to
Wait, what?
Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's great. Isn't that our favorite show, Zod? You love that show. I love it too.
Yeah.
Stop it! You're gonna get us ratio again.
Oh yeah.
What is water? Wait, but when someone says water bending, doesn't that kind of imply that a person
is doing it as
has
opposed
that
to-
ability or is doing it?
Yeah, as opposed to just
This is
water forming the place.
Yeah, this isn't water bending. This is just a fucking statue doing magic, I guess.
Yeah, but The Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender, we gotta reference that. If he can reference
Okay.
that, it doesn't matter if it makes sense. It's a win. So.
All right.
And every time you think you can feel for the dude, he does something like this and just totally unredeems himself.
I never felt for
Wait,
it.
what?
He was 2,000 years old. He killed millions of people.
Remember, minimum. We don't have. It's not actually confirmed. I thought it was 2,000, but it's just at least.
Oh yeah, it's at least because when we first see him, it's the Romans. So yeah.
What point did he think he redeemed himself? When he started a family, I guess.
I guess it's because he was like, "Oh, I just want my wife back," and that's like him redeeming himself. That he's not doing it because he's like evil. He's doing it because, like, of a noble thing of like of the loss of his wife. I guess that would be the redemption.
Also, this is interesting. He flipped over his kids, and that's what completely unredeemed himself.
Yeah, I guess.
Rather than like killing someone.
Yeah, no, he didn't kill anyone. Don't worry about it. It's not like
They're not even like.
It's not like he
hurt.
unleashed the fucking Dweller in Darkness and got a bunch of his own people and all those people killed. It's fine.
What if that's right?
More subtle, maybe not so subtle, hints about which way she leans.
Oh,
What? I don't even remember what that line's about. What do you mean?
Hold on, go back. I want to see the scene that's from.
Hold on.
To see if I remember the context.
I'm back a bit too much.
Waterbending? I mean, do you have any idea how insane this is? And every time you think you can feel for the dude, he does something like this and just totally unredeems himself.
He flipped two people.
More subtle, maybe not so subtle.
Okay, so this is in the prison.
Yeah, it is. I
Oh,
just remember what she's
so-
saying that he might be right about.
The context for this was. Well, I'm trying to think if this is the scene where she also says crazier things have turned out to be true which I'm assuming is a reference to the MCU as a whole with like aliens and shit like that.
Oh,
But I don't
so
remember
the
if it's in
point
this
is,
scene.
so I guess the point would be that she thinks that maybe their mother might be alive.
Yeah. That's why.
Oh, that's dumb though. It makes no sense for any of them to believe that. They literally buried her. Wenwu never thought, hey, maybe I could, exhume her body and check if she is actually dead. Unless he like burned her body, then it's like then you know that she can't be alive. Her body's kind of just not around anymore, is it?
I'm just trying to tie it back to what he's saying here about how it's a subtle or not so subtle hint about which way she leans. Do we get any? But there's like no other.
There's no other moments where she talks about
references.
Yeah.
She hates Wenwu clearly.
Yeah, and she doesn't. She also stands with Shang-Chi and to fight against their dad.
Wait, this isn't even like a debate of philosophy. It's literally just he wants to get back his wife. They're not clashing ideals. Why is this like she might be leaning to this side or that side?
I guess the point is that she thinks their mom might be still alive, and Shang-Chi's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
no.
but once that's dealt with, like she's just gonna. I don't get it. It's not a battle of ideals. That's why I'm like, why are you talking about she's leaning one way or the other?
Yeah, I'm confused as well.
Oh, hello, loves. Really had no idea Trevor was in this, and I love it. Such a great way to sort of correct a questionable earlier MCU choice.
How is it corrected?
Correct.
How is it corrected?
Please, can you please elaborate?
The king already corrected it in quotation marks. Way better because it actually makes Mandarin like be still this mysterious force that doesn't like being that his ego can't take the hit from Trevor being making fun of him. To be fair, he should have intervened earlier in the film if he wanted that. But anyway,
remember how All Hail the King kind of like added slight depth to Trevor even? Because this movie certainly doesn't, but in that movie, like, we get a little bit of his history, and when we find out that like his mom was such a huge inspiration or like motivation for him to get into acting.
Yeah,
like that's something. Like that was interesting, and it wasn't caked in like jokes. It wasn't like a funny moment. It was actually taken seriously, where he was reminiscing on his earliest acting memory.
Oh, did CinemaWins think the post-credit scene with Xialing taking over the 10 rings was her turning evil? Is that why he's highlighting the way she leans? That could be what he means. That would be a bit weird. Madvocate and I have had discussions about this. I have no clue if she actually is turning evil or not at the end, because it's just so confusing.
But why would she continue what the 10 rings have been doing? She hated how she grew up.
Yeah, and she wants to change it.
Like, we're gonna continue the 10 rings as they are.
Well, the thing is, she shouldn't continue it at all. She shouldn't. Yeah. Even if she is turning it good, she shouldn't continue it because of what it's done to her and her family. It's just so weird.
Yeah, you don't keep the name. Like if you want to turn it into something good, you should start from the ground up. Don't just like recolor it. You gotta change the name.
Yeah, and she already has that kind of like influence because she started the fucking underground fighting ring as well. Like she has that kind of pull with a lot of people. How's Trevor still alive? I thought he was captured with the intent to be killed by the Mandarin. He was, but then he started reciting like a fucking Shakespeare play.
Yeah, they explain it in the...
and then they kept him alive. It was to be like a court jester type character.
Then my dad broke you out.
Exactly.
To kill you.
Exactly.
Honesty.
Okay, thank you, film.
What?
He is to be honest. There's no reason for him to lie. Yeah, he's gonna be honest.
Why would he lie? Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Hey, Morris. I love Morris. Madvocate. It's the best plot device.
It's my favorite plot device.
I can see you. You're real. All this time I
it's Trevor.
Morris, the six-legged headless bear cub with 4 Pegasus wings, not being anything other than me trying to describe a fever dream nightmare was a surprise. And obviously a wife win.
But even if that's
Huh?
Wait, what?
A
Did you
wife
say
win?
wife win?
Is that because his wife finds it cute and she gave it a win?
Yeah,
Is that the
that's a
point?
thing. It's a thing on his channel where like anything cute is a wife win because his wife found it cute.
Oh, okay. I don't understand why people
but-
find
oh,
Morris
no.
cute. He literally doesn't have a face. It just looks disturbing to me. Like it looks like a big
I'm not gonna-
hairball. It's so
I'm not
weird.
gonna lie, his face. I thought his face was his ass. I still run with that headcanon. That he just has an ass for a face.
And he just walks backwards all the time. I think that's fine. I think that's a cool headcanon, Ted. I'm on board.
Yeah, he's just practicing his moonwalk.
Practicing his moonwalk. He's just not gonna talk about how. I know it's like the point of this is like, oh, it's wind. You know, talk about the good things. But there's so many problems with Morris. Couldn't you at least try to, mention something a bit more substantive than be like, oh, it's cute. Like, oh, how did Morris get here? How did Wenwu get him here? Or did Wenwu get him here? Was he allowed to stay with Trevor? How does Trevor understand him? Or, any of those questions.
Chicken pig.
Does Morris
as
eat?
was
I
in
guess no.
Ahsoka.
Well, Trevor says he's a mystical being that the human mind will never truly be able to comprehend. So you just have to accept that he's like a perfect magic being
Of
who
course.
doesn't require anything.
Yeah, he just exists. So, I guess all the beings in Talo are just beyond needing food. That's amazing.
Basically gods.
Yeah.
Pig is right.
Look, I'll give you chicken, like just out of the oven, but still covered in feathers chicken, but pig? Get out of here with that. What do you
Okay.
know? Razorfoot is environmentally conscious.
Kind of like this guy.
Okay.
Man, he turns it around. So let's get a Katie Razor femur romance in Shang-Chi too.
What? He turns it around?
Oh, it-
No, he was about to die. He joins them because his life was threatened.
Go back.
What?
Go back a second.
With that. What do you know? Razorfoot is environmentally conscious.
Kind of like this guy.
Man, he turns it around. So let's get a Katie Razor femur.
Katie. I have no words.
I swear, he turns it around. When his life is threatened, he indeed does join the team that also wants to stop the things that are threatening his life from, threatening his life. But yeah, that's turning it around. Whatever.
Katie Razor femur romance in Shang-Chi too.
They were simply acting as if they were riding horses. I still can't get my head around it, to be honest.
This whole bit is such a great example of why this movie is so fun.
No.
Because Trevor's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, because a fucking moron whose character's contradicting the All Hail the King one shot. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's so. They couldn't even get the simple history right.
Yeah.
Because, because they were like, nobody fucking watched All Hail the King, so we don't care. We'll just do whatever we want because it's funny.
Couldn't they remove All Hail the King from Disney Plus at least? Just not, be like, hey,
What?
it's not canon. Like, if they had done that at least, then we wouldn't be able to be like, hey, I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
No, but I remember when Shang-Chi was put on Disney Plus, because how when the newest Marvel thing comes out, they kind of like dedicate a section to the movies that build up to it.
Yeah,
So
they did that recently.
They had
with Thor, so, yeah.
they had the 10 Rings section when Shang-Chi came out, and they put like Iron Man 3. I'm pretty sure All Hail the King was in that too.
Yeah, I remember.
So they were promoting it when this movie came out.
So Disney just really doesn't care.
Yeah.
Also, you start to feel for Trevor even more. He's just a well-meaning doofus who wants to do his passion.
No,
No.
what? This
No.
movie made me pissed about him.
Yeah.
All Hail the King endeared me more to him.
Yeah, because it's contradicting something that was like actually meaningful story to his character. This is so dumb. I swear to God.
But he really is a doofus.
How close is it? 5 meters.
Stay in the pocket.
What is that in feet?
Relatable.
Wait, did she say 5 meters? That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yes.
I think I never
Wait, what?
realized
Why
that
does it
live.
How close is it? 5 meters.
Oh, is the point that the bamboo is 5 meters away from them? Okay, now I get it. I
Yeah.
thought how close they were to like it being done. Okay, that makes sense.
What is that in
Oh.
Relatable. Yes, the majority of the world uses the metric system, and yes, I should learn it, but I've got stuff going on. Yes,
Okay,
You don't know how long a meter is?
I guess.
Like, just a general idea.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? I don't know. Who knows?
If you know how many feet is in a meter, then you know how long a meter is, which you would have to know anyway, because you do conversions in everyday life.
The
Yeah.
way I do it is I kind of like imagine a yardstick, basically. That's almost a meter.
Yeah.
No one else does that, I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
Okay, well, that's just how I do it in my head when I imagine it.
Just imagine 100 centimeters, you're done.
That's a lot of centimeters, Jeb.
It's a lot of centimeters, yeah.
Well,
So 33
blame the
inches.
metric.
I have to stack each centimeter in my head until it reaches the end points. Whereas I just think of a yardstick and it's just one solid unit.
Yeah. So the Shang-Chi character assassinates Trevor Slattery? No, I mean, he's not out of character. He's still the same fucking coward he was in Iron Man 3. He's just, his history is contradicted, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, they completely retcon his history, but
yeah, it's not a character assassination.
He acts the same.
Yeah,
he's still a coward in this movie.
Yeah,
which
it's why
is
I
consistent
think
with Iron Man 3.
Yeah, and it's why I think the one joke that I liked in the film of him pretending to be dead is like, no, that's in character for him. Like he is a coward. He would do that. So yeah.
The 90s music. A little bummed STP's Vaseline didn't play through this set piece, but still happy with the nod.
Morris says, great job, everyone.
And Trevor is just a picture of cool-headedness.
You should speed up. The forest eats us.
Eats us? What does that mean?
It says it eats us. Go left.
Some similarity between
Okay. I still don't understand how he just understands Morris. It really annoys me. Like, really annoys me. He just
probably communicates telepathically.
Then why doesn't he communicate telepathically with them, the others too?
I don't know, because it only trusts Trevor, I guess. Also, it's weird that Wenwu never exploited Morris to find the path.
Yeah, that's
or did anything with him.
That's the point of, like, there's so many problems with Morris as a plot device. Because if Wenwu knew that Morris exists, then why didn't he use it? If he doesn't know that Morris exists, how? And how did it end up there with Trevor? It's just such stupid things.
CinemaWins thinks flipping over his two kids is an unforgivable act, unredeemable, but tossing the cute fluffy chicken pig into his prison for no reason, I guess that kind of went over his head.
I guess.
I'd say that's more irredeemable than flipping over two people.
Yeah, because Morris is actually likable as opposed to those two. It's actually not. I don't like Morris. I like him less than Shang-Chi somehow.
Sling ring portal design and this dimensional one leading to Ta Lo. It may have taken half the movie, but this is where Julia was 100% in. If nine-tailed foxes don't win you over, what will?
There's in this film for like 2 seconds. It's like, oh, okay, it's a cool animal design, but I don't care. What does it add to the film other than looking kind of neat? Ugh.
It's a weird horse.
Nah. And I mean, those lion-looking things definitely eat Morris's species, right?
He just said nah.
What? Why is that a win? Yeah, he did say nah. Why is that a win? Yeah, those lions, I guess they do eat Morris's species if you say so. That's good because
And I mean, those lion-looking things definitely eat Morris's species, right?
Sure.
Is that who I think it is?
They play with each other later.
But I guess not. Well, I guess they don't have to eat, so it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Its husband? All right, it's going on the schedule. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
What the fuck is this? Hold on, pause it.
It's this video.
I wanna read what this is.
Video plans.
Let me see. Maybe I should take notes because I don't do anything like this for video plans. Just kind of wing it.
Yeah, me neither. Category new request TV show.
Oh, interesting.
That's actually a cool way to organize it. Animated comic, action, fantasy. You know what? Good on you. CinemaWins. This is a good way to.
I don't know why the genre is like important, but I guess he wants to keep things fresh.
Yeah.
And not like repeat genres continuously.
Yeah, probably. Kind of vary a bit.
How about July 1st? Good. Sounds good.
You were we show you.
You were in that really good film.
Yeah, you were Everything Everywhere All at Once. A year after this. I hope she never returns in the MCU. You deserve so much better.
look the
Yeah,
same as you
she
did 20
redeemed
years ago.
herself.
How is that a win? You just pointed out a continuity error. What?
The Asians age well.
The Asians do age well.
Yeah,
okay.
he's saying that they don't crack.
Okay. Sure.
He's complimenting a race basically, and that's a win for the movie.
Oh hell yes, I do love the Asians. I swear to God.
Hugging. Glad Mrs. Young finally accepts Pecklin.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Hugging. I think that's a reference to the farewell because Aquafina isn't that. I think that's what he's referencing.
All right, maybe I spoke too soon. A little Garden of Eden here, where the lion lies with the six-legged headless bear cub
Yeah,
before Pegasus.
that's what I said.
Downright biblical.
It's like every time
Sure.
I get moderately good at something, I just quit and start something new.
That's untrue, Katie. You do know about your you working
Oh, wait,
with
wait,
cars,
wait.
right?
Look what he's about to say.
Oh my God.
Okay, except that you're.
Wait, he's actually gonna make a point.
Proven it on multiple occasions at this point.
Why is that a win? Oh.
Wait, what?
It's not a win.
That should be a win retracted.
Why is that a win?
What the fuck is this?
Film gets a win for being inconsistent.
I love his standards.
Oh
Good
my-
on you.
So plot holes now are now wins, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's not going to defend them. He's just going to point them out even and call it a day.
It's like, that's a good thing, yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
Wasn't Shoyo
All right.
already in Guardians? She was one of Yonda's old Ravager friends. Oh yeah, she was. That's a good point. But that's a good film, so we don't
Oh.
criticize her being in that.
心中没有靶子，就是无的放矢。
That sounds like a Wayne Gretzky Michael Scott quote.
No, what? She wouldn't have understood it.
Why is that a win?
She wouldn't have understood it. She
Because
doesn't understand
it's the
Chinese.
office.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I love how stupid that scene is because she just looks pensive, but you know, like her character in universe would be like, I have no clue what she just said, but I'm too awkward to mention anything because it's like she doesn't understand Chinese. She just said some weird Chinese thing to her, and from that she's like, well, I guess I'm gonna try fucking archery because she said some random Chinese thing that I don't understand. It's such a stupid film.
Maybe she translated it immediately, but off screen.
Maybe when they cut away, she's like, "Wait, what?" And then she just X-Men's in English.
Sick comic.
Oh, please don't defend.
No,
No.
the armor makes
How
no
did-
sense.
How did she know what size to give him? Why did she say your mother had wanted these prepared
This
since
is
you were kids?
Why did they have that stupid line? What? Daniel Day Cretton.
This is-
Daniel Day Cretton. Daniel Cretton. I swear to God, dude. So now she's.
It's comic accurate, so that's good.
She ain't wrong.
Okay.
Archery is legit difficult, especially with traditional bows.
I'm glad she can do this in one day, though. You're pointing out how stupid this is. Thank you.
No pulleys to take the weight off your draw here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no.
So I guess.
What is she gonna do after?
So the point. So I'm gonna try to be best faith here, and assume he's not gonna praise her hitting the fucking dragon. She's just being like, yeah, you know, it is actually difficult archery. She got one right. She should be proud of herself. And I don't think it's impossible for her to get a shot like that right, almost dead center. Unlike her first day, obviously it wouldn't be the norm, and we only see that one shot. So if he's just praising that, it's fine. If he praises her hitting the dragon, I will kill myself. So yeah.
Studio still has it at 60.
Oh, you have no idea when you watch everything every at once, my dude.
Really has it. And can
Okay.
also get it, like, whenevs.
The lighting looks so off, like, you know, like it's unnatural. Like, sorry, just this shot here. It annoys me. Hold on.
Really has it. And can also
Like,
get
look at the lighting here. You can tell, like, under her face that the lighting, that the shadows are all like fabricated. They're all VFX. It looks unnatural.
whenevs.
I wonder if this comment of his is a wife win or a wife sin.
The difference between the Wing Chun that Shang-Chi was taught by his father versus the Tai Chi of his mother with just the opening of a fist. Changes everything about the style.
Okay.
Smart to keep the contents of this memory for later when Shang-Chi really needs it. And that's how you get your PG-13.
Wait, what? I'm confused. What was the point?
fast. Changes everything about the style.
You have nothing to fear.
Smart
Okay.
to keep the contents of this memory for
The
later.
real contents of this memory. For later when Shang-Chi really needs it. So I guess it's because they don't show his dad coming back and berating him about her dying. That's what it's smart to keep to reveal later. I guess. I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what they're gonna keep out from this.
Really needs it.
I guess literally just the part where Wenwu arrives.
Yeah.
How you get your PG-13 rating, having the fight take place in the blurry mirror, because he isn't just Wing Chunning or Hungaing them.
Your dad trained you to be an assassin when you were 7. He sent you on a hit at 14. You realize how messed up that is, right?
And look, she's
Yeah.
right. I love that she clarifies this. Shang-Chi was a minor for sure, but it's not exactly the same as we were led to believe where Wenwu was sending his son off on some random assassination mission.
Why does it matter? Why is this a win? What? Why does it matter? If it's a random assassination mission or if it's the guy who killed their mom, it doesn't matter. Because it also doesn't really make sense because it was a bunch of people who killed his mom. It wasn't just one guy. And why didn't he just... it was all fucking Wenwu's fault anyway. Whatever. Who cares?
She would hate the person I've become. And now he's coming to destroy her home.
And as much as I do have sympathy for Wenwu, the fact that
Why
he
do
allows
you?
himself to be tricked into believing Li would want him to destroy her home shows that he's still just as obsessed with power and vengeance as ever before.
But what? He's not looking for power or vengeance. He's looking to get her back. He's not obsessed with that. If you'd say that he's so obsessed to the point where he's able to bend his morality because of his history, that makes more sense. And she clearly understands her much better. She was able to forgive him being a warlord for 2,000 years. What are you talking about? He doesn't understand her at all.
Shang-Chi clearly understands her much better. Oh, that's such a cutie getting all armored up. I
Okay.
swear if this fluffy boy gets hurt. Even the
Okay.
animals know these are the bad guys. Scurrying away, tails down.
Yeah, when there are cars running towards animals, they usually run
Yeah,
away.
they tend to run.
Yeah, that's such a good comment. Well done, CinemaWins. Oh, fucking Christ.
I know my wife's voice.
Rough, because clearly he doesn't, which kind of makes this even sadder.
No, that doesn't make it
What?
sadder. It makes it stupider.
What?
He's like,
No,
oh, I
no,
know
you
my
don't.
wife's voice, except, oh, he actually doesn't. But I guess Ying Li never told you about the entire point of Talo being created was to protect it from the Dweller in Darkness who can pretend to be someone else to lure powerful people to try to get them to free him. But, you know.
You know
Small
what?
mistake.
He actually doesn't. He doesn't know his wife's voice because they never actually had a conversation in this movie that you could hear.
They just move
They were
their
just
lips.
mute.
They're like lip readers instead of
Yeah.
actually talking. That's a good point.
跟我讲话礼貌点。
Yo, here we go, the Nerdrotic cameo.
That would mean a long time, but if I really think about it, 10 of my lifetimes is way too long. I can't imagine giving college a try 10 times.
Okay, I don't understand the joke there.
Why wouldn't
He-
he praise the real translation? Because they didn't translate it correctly.
Really?
Yeah, didn't you know the real translation is like, I've eaten more grains of rice. Shit, I forgot what it was, but he basically uses grains of rice as a gauge to compare his lifetime to his.
Right.
And it's like, I think it's much more impactful because it's like a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
And it really puts it into perspective rather than just I've lived many of your lifetimes.
Right.
Let me look it up actually, just to get the quote right.
Oh, I didn't know that at all. That's actually, yeah, I agree. That's the correct translation is better. Should actually make it a metaphor. Is it one
Oh, here
size
we go.
fits all? It is not one size fits all. The armor it was made specifically for Xialing and Shang-Chi, for some reason.
I have eaten more salt than you have eaten rice.
That's actually a really cool comparison. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
No one ever didn't look cool saying burn it down and walking away.
Why did he walk away though? Can you please tell me why he walked away? Well, all he wants is to go to the other side of where these people are? Why did he walk away? Why didn't he fight them? He can beat them all single-handedly. Why did he do that?
You have jeeps too.
Oh
You
yeah.
can just drive through them.
Don't the jeeps also have like turrets? Let me see in the previous shot.
And black people.
I don't think many black people are.
What?
Animals know the
Oh no, there are turrets. I
Jeff,
just
are
saw
you
some.
paying attention?
Jeff. Oh, there are turrets. There's a turret on top of this
Is that
one.
a turret?
Yeah, on top of the last
Oh
one. Yeah.
shit.
I don't know if it's a turret or if it's like a mounted crossbow, but yeah, there's something mounted there. Oh, and these two. Oh my god, it's more than one. Oh no. Hey, I never realized that before. That's fun.
It's simile. That's not
that would
simile.
mean a long time.
Simile
But if I
you,
really
Jeff.
think about it, 10 of my lifetimes is way too long. I can't imagine giving college a try 10 times.
Burn it
What?
No one ever didn't look cool saying burn it down and walking away. That's right. Get him, fluffy boy.
I also like it when things happen. I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, it happened. That's it's a win. I
It's
guess.
a cute, fluffy animal mauling a person, so that's cool.
Oh hey, the fucking rope that becomes magic at some point. It's amazing.
Work.
I'm not afraid of you.
Yes, you are.
Why didn't Wenwu go straight to the fucking gate? I don't understand the scene at all.
Oh my god, this scene is so funny. There's literally a shrine for Ying Li, and he thinks that she's alive, and these people are lying to him about it.
Yeah.
So why the fuck do they have a shrine?
Also, how does he know to go to it instead of just going towards the gate? It's so stupid.
Look, it was a contingency in case he ever visited.
Did you ever visit? Oh, look, we even have a shrine. You see?
Yeah, they literally built it the day before
It's
when
yeah.
Shang-Chi told him he was coming.
Yeah.
Hard to fully grasp how simple that line is. The power fathers have over their kids can be immeasurable. Even as adults, it's hard to not see our fathers as these supernatural beings. So when they tell you
What?
that you're
My dad's pretty fat.
I don't think my parents are supernatural beings. I'm afraid. But
What?
You do you, dude.
My
I
mum's a vegetable.
just read what he said.
Yeah. I don't think my father is a
Supernatural being.
I think he's just some guy. My dad.
I
But
think-
maybe your dad can do something special that mine can.
I think this is just him.
Try
he
to
might
make
have
it
some
deep.
daddy issues.
Oh shit.
He sees his dad as an alien.
That's why he ran away.
Oh no.
great. It's very hard to
God.
believe them. And most of our dads aren't even supernatural. Most. Mine is. Not sure about the rest of you suckers.
Oh, see, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so you do
my
have
dad's
some daddy
a
issues. Yeah. Yeah, so he confirmed it. Yeah, thank you. You do have some daddy issues, my guy.
Stood at a window and watched her die.
And you got her killed, you moron.
You went to get groceries.
You went to
at
get groceries
nighttime.
and didn't leave a single fucking guard there. Your fucking compound, you moron. I swear to God.
The God unfair things you can say to your child.
That's a win. Well done. How can this work? It's literally the rings against the fucking dragon scale thing. It doesn't. It's so stupid.
How does he have this kind of reaction time too?
You see, he was trained, so it's fine. It's kung fu makes you be able to do
10
everything.
years ago.
No, you see, he kept it training. He was doing push-ups. So
the day, and he had some training one day ago. So
oh yeah, so yeah, and a couple days ago he was fighting the goons. He had a little time to warm up, which was fine.
Yeah,
get your reactions in order. Yeah.
He's fast. Yep, into this.
But you chose.
Oh, I love you were just criticizing how he's fast. He has the fast reaction times. And he praises it. Well done.
He's like, yeah, he's fast.
Yeah, I
cool.
like it. It's cool.
Those damn rings over us.
Dang, hit him right in the dads.
But he didn't though. Just the rings over them. What? You're the one who left. He chose to get revenge. Why'd you say the rings? That's a stupid
Wait, what?
line.
No, he did choose the when Ying Li died. He immediately went back for the rings.
Yeah, but he went to use the rings to try to hunt down the people that killed her, right? It wasn't just that he wanted the power; he wanted to get vengeance on
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying that he didn't choose like the rings. He chose vengeance over the children.
That's yeah. He didn't choose his previous lifestyle. He just wanted revenge.
We know he's got abs, but there's nothing quite like a full-on actual gut punch. It's a real bad time.
Yeah, he survives
should
it.
be
Well,
dead, you
yeah.
know?
Thank you for giving a win to the worst case of plot armor in this film. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well,
the
is it
punch that
this
should
or
have,
is
like,
it when
blasted-
he doesn't drown? Because I think they're both really funny. I think this is
It's when he
worse.
doesn't drown.
Yeah, that punch should have broken his entire torso. And then this guy's like, well, yep, gut punches are really bad.
Yeah.
They're painful.
They are, yeah. I agree. You're not wrong, man.
I haven't talked about how Wenwu uses the rings to basically fly. They propel him
That
off
was
of
a
stuff,
jump,
and then he
but,
uses the force
okay.
of blasting them into his landing spot to slow himself down.
Yo, I praised this too.
You did, yeah.
It's a cool moment,
It
but
is cool.
why wasn't he using this like more to like find the entrance to Talo?
And you see,
Well, it's just one of the many ways he could
Yeah.
have used it. This probably the least efficient because he has a helicopter.
no, you can't go over the bamboo. You gotta go through it. Yeah, that's just how you
It's
do it.
magic bamboo. You just wouldn't understand.
Yeah, it's not like he walked through it earlier in the film, right? It's not like that happened.
Just get some pandas to eat it.
Imagine he tells his army to go and grab a bunch of pandas and bring them to this location. They're just slowly eating the bamboo forest.
That's why they're an endangered species. Because
Wenwu grabbed all of
to the forest.
This is how Poe lost his parents.
Oh no!
This is the plot of Kung Fu Panda 4. He's just looking for Wenwu.
Looking for Wenwu. Fuck's sake.
Pretty resourceful. Speaking of even sadder, Wenwu really shows us how not processing trauma and not accepting one's own actions can really lead to catastrophe. Because
he's a moron.
This is 12D chess level of denial.
Yeah, it also shows how not checking the tomb of his wife leads to catastrophe.
Yeah, dude, just fucking exhume her body and be like, wait, no, she is that. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Just erase
nor
some
thinking about how there's a shrine for her.
Yeah.
By the people he says are lying to him.
Such a stupid plot. Like,
Solid way of instantly upping the stakes. The beasties can't be killed with regular weapons, and they just soul-murked Death Dealer.
Yeah, it's a very good way to up the stakes. You have a kill Death Dealer, but not Razor Fist, even though they both have the same level of, like, defense for each other. It's really great. And also, they can be killed literally by touching them with Talo things, I guess. Because it's not just dragon scale.
The dragon scales.
No, it's not even just dragon scale, unless like the teeth of the fucking
It's the
tiger
teeth,
monsters
yeah.
as well are made of dragon
That was
scales.
dumb.
Yeah, it's such a stupid.
I think they made it very clear that it's only dragon scales, so the teeth is really
is the
stupid.
outlier, yeah.
I don't think it's just Talo things because they could have mentioned that too. Like anything
Oh, no, yeah,
of
I'm pretty sure
could
they
have said
wanted to
anything
be.
of Talo origin.
Oh no, yeah, and it wouldn't make sense anyway because they are in Talos, so like the air and like fucking grass and everything, like that would also work. But it's also like if it is dragon scale and it have dragon scale armor, then they wouldn't be able to like touch them or kill them. Like they would just touch these people and die immediately, which is also
They have braces on the animal. That's fine.
of course.
Which continues a long history of badass characters being taken out in just the most unceremonious way. At least we know Death Dealer is for sure 100% dead. Just like Boba Fett. Solid advice. Now we can call him Dragon Razor.
No, please stop. Could you stop?
Give up.
Let's just stop, yeah.
Dragon Scale Fist.
Stop.
Dragon Razor Scale.
Can we stop?
Forearm?
No.
Did he just rhyme?
Wait, are they... So are these people not wearing dragon scale armor? Did they only have for those two? Why didn't they also have dragon scale armor? This doesn't make sense. It's only like shoulder braces. Why are their shoulder braces fucking dragon scaled? What?
I'm not sure because the only way to kill them is with the dragon
scale
plated armor. or the weapons.
Dragons with dragon scale, yeah.
But the dragon scaled armor isn't gonna protect them from like taking the soul out of their throats.
But it should,
unless you were wearing a helmet, I guess.
Oh yeah, but the point is they can't like grab him if they have the fucking scale armor, right? Because they wouldn't be able to touch where the armor is.
Oh, you think just simply touching dragon scales is lethal to the things?
Oh, I assume so. Yeah.
I thought it was the only way they could pierce through these creatures.
I think there's a moment that's why I think that. Let me see if I can find it.
100% dead. Just like Boba Fett.
Fuck. Okay, let me try to get it earlier. I'm pretty sure there is a moment that I'm like, oh, this seems like it's how you killing them is just touching them. Because if you actually have to pierce them, the way they disappear is kind of weird. But anyway, go on, Madvocates.
I got a comment telling me that because I brought up how the dragon scale rule is inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because the giant dog thing also rips them open. But someone was like, you didn't pay attention to this neat detail, because when Razor Fist slices through one of them, they like actually split open and you can see like purple blood, but then it just immediately reassembles themselves.
Yeah, also they did that with the crossbows of the
So like they're still doing damage, but so like this is their explanation, but then you think about it more and it's like, so they're actually piercing through them. How is that any different when a dragon scale pierces through them? Like why does that make it so it doesn't reassemble itself? Because maybe it has like a chemical on it that poisons them. I don't know.
I genuinely don't know either. Come on.
It's just weird because you can still pierce through the creatures. I would have preferred my initial like thought, which is just you're phasing through it. I think that makes more sense than like you're still able to cut through it. It just assembles itself again.
Yeah, I don't know. They seem like kind of like ghosts, like demon creatures. Like they, you pass through, you can't actually hit them, but then it's also like Razor Fist can grab one of them and throw it away. And so it's like I'm not actually sure what the rules are for like how normal things work against them as opposed to dragon scale things. It just seemed like, oh, we need a way to make this fight like have them join forces, and that's kind of how they do it. They don't really like have a good reason for it.
Denial. Solid way of instantly upping the stakes.
Yeah, like look at that. He keeps going.
The beasties can't be killed with regular weapons, and they just.
Oh, see there. So it wasn't just hitting. So it wasn't just touching it because it hit harder, I guess. But it wasn't like he pierced through because it wasn't like a. Like look at what it was. It was just a.
With regular weapons, and they just.
Wasn't it just? Yeah, I think it was just a. That thing she's holding, like a. I think it's either way. Either of its ends are sharp. I think they're both. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm confused, honestly.
Unceremonious way. At least we know DWEELLER is for sure 100% dead. Just like Boba Fett. Solid advice.
Oh, see,
I think the dragon scale is a lot different because it makes it look like it makes them explode.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's
now we can call him Dragon Razor.
Oh shit.
Huh. See, the point is cause Michelle Yeoh, she was the one who killed the one that was attacking Dragon Razor, fucking Razor Fist. And she's holding like this, fucking baton or what you call it, stick. And this guy in the back is also holding a stick that has like no pointy end. And that's what it seems like. Hers has no pointy end, but just like I guess if you hit it hard enough with dragon scales, it kills the fucking demons.
Yeah, it'll just explode. It'll vaporize it. So I guess
so it doesn't even
this person who commented,
it doesn't need to even need to be like sharp, I guess, which is weird, but whatever.
Yeah, so I guess their defense makes sense in that regard because they were pointing out how I was saying Razor Fist is able to grab them, but when he tries to stab them, it just phases through, and they were like, no, it doesn't phase through. It actually cuts them open, but
Reassembles
just
itself.
solidify again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the staff, I guess, it explodes them. So
Yeah.
Dragon Scale Fist.
I guess. Hold on. Last time I'm gonna rewatch check this because they shoot at it with the
100% dead.
crossbows. I want to see.
yeah, but it's just electricity.
Oh yeah, but I want to see if it actually like passes through or if it
Real
reassembles
badass
itself.
character is being taken out in just the most
No, it does.
unceremonious way. At least we know Death Dealer is for sure 100% dead.
Oh, he doesn't show.
like,
Okay. Well, that was he
Oh.
doesn't show it, so I don't know. All right. Anyway,
No, there was a shot where he showed it,
was there?
just not in that
Their
instance.
weapons, and they just sold
Oh,
them.
there it is.
There.
Yeah, it reassembles
Yeah,
itself. So yeah, it's not just passing through.
Yeah.
It's not that the rule isn't inconsistent. We're just trying to figure out to which degree it is inconsistent. Anyway.
Yeah.
Now we can call him Dragon Razor. Dragon Scale Fist.
Razor Fist
Dragon
versus
Razor
Taser Fist. No, Taser Fist is
What?
amazing.
Did he just rhyme in English but say the line in Mandarin?
To win or die.
Love the visualization of the air bubbles
Good
going
line.
into his nose as if the Great Protector is giving him underwater CPR.
Yeah, so the question
Yeah,
is,
but this
did he
is 4
fall?
minutes later.
Yeah, and also, did he fall right on top of the Great Protector and just got lucky, or did he just did the Great Protector just appear there because like can he just breathe underwater because that's how it works if you're in Talo? Because I don't know, it's weird. And then the Great Protector ended up like finding him underwater, because either answer is gonna cause some issues. It's weird.
I initially thought this dragon might be evil, but now I'm getting real Falcor vibes, which is where it's at. A somewhat more violent Falcor, but still.
I really hate the design for the Great Protector, because the color is so passed out. Like, it is fucking red. Make the red vibrant. Let me know, like, see its presence on screen, and not think like it's blending in with the background. So dumb. And this is when everything becomes gray, because yeah, big CGI fight needs to be have everything be gray because it's easier to blend CGI that way.
Even the younger Talo people have a wait look on their faces. Auntie Nan is just happy to see her old friend again. Now that's teamwork. I want a lion dog thing teammate. Do I see
Sure.
just a touch of pride in his face? Just the
Okay.
tiniest little dab of pride?
Okay.
I don't-
Whose face? Wenwu or
What
the
Shang-Chi?
fuck?
Wenwu's.
Wenwu. So when well, he's always proud.
What the
That's his
fuck?
character. Yeah. What the fuck are you about, Madvocate?
Okay, I think
You think?
that was really weird. Music just started blasting in my earbud, and I think it's because a ad started playing on the watch together.
Oh,
And I wasn't sure if it was coming from the actual video or if one of you started playing music.
no.
So it really startled me.
No, yeah, there's no ad here play for me, at least.
Tiniest little dab of pride. Trevor went from being a throwaway buffoon to troll the audience in Iron Man 3 to someone with actual stakes who I actually care about.
Why?
Wh-
Why do you care
what?
about him? What?
Why?
The film itself doesn't care about him. They forgot he exists until they're like, oh, let's make this joke with him. And then they're like, oh, let's get
If
back
he
to the actual
dies,
fight.
what changes?
Literally
What
nothing.
changes in the grand scheme of things if he dies?
Well, see, he's gonna lose a character that he really loves. CinemaWins can't bear losing Trevor Slattery. He's just such a deep layered and emotional character.
Yeah.
Because he watched Planet of the Apes, and yeah. That's his character.
Also, Sad Morris wasn't something I was ready for.
Calm down, mate. I'm not dead, it's just a performance. Now get down here, play along.
And
Good
Shang-Chi
joke.
changes
Right, he just gave a win to
Yeah,
the
he-
joke. Yeah, good.
He went to, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it is a good joke.
the ring's color to the same golden that his mother did, which probably creates a mix of pride and one final gut punch to Wenwu.
But
What? Why does
he's
it matter?
really trying to dig deep.
He's trying.
He's
Oh,
like, oh, did you see?
thematic.
Do you see how Wenwu's smirk lifted like 1 millimeter than usual? Is that a little bit of pride I see?
Oh, swear to God. Oh, he's
when you
dead.
think you'd got him, you actually just gave up
He's
your
also
only
dead.
weapon. with all
His
balls to the
legs
ground.
are broken.
Yeah, the film shows like he needs the fucking rings to, ease his fall, and then they make him fall without the rings, and it's just fine. It's like, okay, thanks, film, I guess. So why does it
He has
matter? Why should I
super
care?
durability.
They all do in this film.
the blast since Shang-Chi kept the rings. Fake out Hadouken?
Your family
Yeah, and why is that a win? Why does he throw the rings away? It's
needs you.
Because it's a Luke Skywalker throws his lightsaber moment.
yeah, because it's always good when you do that and don't support it with character reasons and actually develop your character to get to that point. It's not like Luke had 2 fucking films to get to that point anyway. Well, 3 films because it's at the end of the 3rd. Whatever.
Kick to the dads. See? Told you the magicians...
Why was it still asking to be let out? This is such a nitpick, but I don't understand why it was still asking to be let out when it was already coming out. And it stopped while they were fighting. It's stupid.
Yeah, maybe it should have said, like, I'm coming, honey. Well, maybe not that phrasing, but...
Oh, no. But it would have been funny. It would have been actually cool if we heard her voice as they were fighting and we see this soul-sucking demon, like, getting stronger, and then it breaks out and then it just stops, you know, sounding like King Lee, and it just roars. Because it would be actually like, oh,
Yeah,
I don't
that
need
would
you.
have been cool. Oh, this fucking ad again. Where is this coming from?
Is it playing on the Watch Together, the ad?
It's like ear-piercingly loud, too.
What the fuck? I've never, to be fair, I have an ad blocker, but I never have never had ads on Watch Together. What's second best in the movie? Win? Yeah, pretty much.
This is so fucking stupid. Okay. Yeah, I muted it. It's probably gonna come back though, so yay for that.
Nothing ball related here.
Okay.
Appropriate reaction.
I do like when characters react appropriately to things. That is a win. I can't argue that. It's
Yes, Wenwu was mildly concerned that the dragon broke out. That's
mildly
good
concerned that
reaction.
his entire plan for the entire film was just let you to a demon that exists to destroy the world. Was just let out because his search for his wife was ultimately a failure, which means his wife is actually dead. He was mildly concerned about that, so that is appropriate enough, yeah. At least it's better than fucking Graham and Doctor Who being like, "Oh, is that your house flying out there?" Yeah, better than that.
Whatever. I'm going to get some souls, you jerk.
Yeah, I don't understand why he doesn't attack them.
That's, I don't know why you think that's what it said.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't fucking know. To be fair, the soul-sucking demons don't attack either of them as well when they're fighting. I don't get it.
A dragon is that everything else would be super boring after riding a dragon. Oh, you had a kid? Cool, I rode a dragon. What do you think soul tastes like?
What?
Put it in the comments.
What? Why? What?
No, is he gonna ding this? Because he's asking a fucking question? Oh, fuck off. What is the point?
I don't know. He dings everything.
Yeah. I will honor you, landlord. I promise.
The way he died was stupid. Good on you for cutting the part where he gets grabbed because it was dumb. So, yeah. To show his death.
Soul sucking! Wait, no, sorry. He's a bad guy. But still, TDID could Kong GP's job, but he really wants that soul. Nora getting it done.
No.
Character payoff for someone trying to find their purpose.
No.
Okay, but what is the through line? What does she follow up with this? Once they leave Talo, what is the conclusion?
No,
because I don't fucking know.
No, she's gonna be the
Is
next
she gonna be an archer?
Hawkeye by being trained by Wong. She's gonna be in season 2 of Hawkeye, and she's gonna fight alongside Haley Steinfeld. I don't remember the character name. Kate Bishop, and they're gonna be besties and be like archers and shit. She's gonna be a superhero now.
Nando loved this movie, and he didn't even think this was a payoff.
It was just like, oh, I guess she could do that. Dude, after a day
this
of
was one of his biggest criticisms.
After a day of training, she just does that. She fucking manages to hit the fucking dragon with fucking 1,000 feet off the ground. Not 1,000, but you get what I mean. Hyperbole.
CinemaWins saying it's a payoff is like, it's like, okay, whatever. But he tacked on someone is trying to find their purpose, and it's like, but what is the purpose?
Purpose is to kill dragons. She's gonna become a dragon hunter.
Oh yes, because that's going to be a major. That's definitely an established issue throughout the MCU and the modern world.
Of course.
Another appropriate reaction.
Oh, I love when characters react appropriately too. Dude, this shot looks so bad. Like, look at this. Oh my god.
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh.
That's his commentary.
Skadoosh. Oh gosh, that's way worse than a skadoosh. There's an arm, and there's another piece. And even if it's a comic book movie, there are consequences.
Are there? Bunch of nameless goons died. They marred them for like 2 minutes. I don't really... Sure.
I mean, people died, but like, I don't really care about them.
Yeah.
All the main characters died. Except Wenwu, I guess, but
nobody likes Wenwu. Well, everyone likes Wenwu, but they shouldn't. That's...
Oh crap, so that wasn't just the adrenaline? There really is a dragon in our lake? That's crazy, man. I swim in that lake.
Is that a... Is he... I don't know if he's being... I don't know if he's joking.
I think he's trying to do like a meta joke, but like a sort of, they would say this, but then win it.
No, yeah, but the point is he actually for real thinking that these people would say this? Because they know of the Great Protector. Ying Li told Shang-Chi about it. So I don't understand.
I'm fucked if I know that at this point. I think he thinks anything can happen at this point.
Sure.
Maybe this is like a recurring joke on his channel and we just don't understand it because we're not avid CinemaWins fans.
That might be true, actually, yeah. Who knows?
Wait, is that what happened to my cousin? You said he went to the upstate farm dimension.
Sean's auntie was this awesome magical kung fu goddess.
Magical Tai Chi goddess, but still accurate.
And then Sean used the 10 rings to like do this like crazy Kamehameha fireball.
I love that they live in a world that survived the blip, but the reference to something cool is still Dragon Ball.
We made it.
Okay.
We made it.
The delivery and tone they both take on for this story is so spot on to sound ridiculous.
What? Yeah, I don't yeah, the story they tell does to that delivery does sound ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
They said, or CinemaWins says, the blip happened in this universe and other crazy things, but they reference Dragon Ball to explain this. But it's like, what else would he compare this to? That something that happened in the MCU.
I think he said like it's describes something cool, maybe. I think that's what he said.
Oh yeah, but I don't think there are many other things that would, be used to that. Like, it is very much just Dragon Ball.
She wouldn't say like, oh, he conjured up a ball of energy like when Tony snapped, because those aren't comparable.
Yeah,
I'm wondering like what other instance where someone like conjured up a ball of energy.
What would it be like? He flew on a dragon, like when he flew on a dragon, like when Black Widow fell off a cliff.
Like, yeah, it's a very accurate comparison. Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Hey, Wong.
It's for retarded boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say how did you find Shang-Chi, but I didn't realize No Way Home. Just like find Shang-Chi and you open the portal.
Find Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Because would he even know his name?
That's actually a good point. I don't think he would.
You probably know him as Bus Boy or something.
No, I think it's reasonable given they monitor stuff. I assume they know Wenwu's a thing. That breaks a lot, but I assume they know Wenwu.
Well, I mentioned that if they know Wenwu or if they know Montalo, then they would have intervened. But who knows? Wong is a terrible Sorcerer Supreme, so maybe he just didn't care enough to go after Wenwu.
He's watching Sopranos after all.
Yeah. It's like the middle of season 2. Like, when I'm done, I'll go. And it's like, oh shit, it's already dealt with. Oh, alright. Wait for pee break. I'm like, well, let me get Shang-Chi here while I stop my binge.
Present is fantastic. Still just a kid looking in from the outside, even though he saved the world, multiverse.
The world. They explain it in the film.
What?
It's not the multiverse. He saved the world. Chill.
Why would he think it's the multiverse?
I don't know, dude.
It's different just dimensions apparently or something.
No, but
Talo
is defending the the MCU 616 dimension from the Dweller in Darkness. It's not defending all multiverse, all universes.
Wait, I thought Talo was just like a little pocket world inside of Earth.
No, it's in another dimension.
That doesn't. Oh.
Yeah. Which is why it annoys me especially because the Ancient One says the point of the sorcerers is to protect the world from other dimensional beings, and she has never done anything about the Dweller in Darkness. But whatever.
You just didn't read about it.
YouTube,
You
why?
got it, Wong.
I'll Venmo you.
You earned what? What did he earn? What? He earned the drink. He earned the drink
He
because.
walked down the library.
Okay.
See, it's a long library.
He earned
And
it.
he got hurt by abomination, so that means he's earned it.
Yeah, it's definitely not his own fault.
He won't. I'll let these two get to stay loving friends and there's no forced romantic subplot. Water-based Shang-Chi style credits.
Yeah,
and if there was a romantic subplot, he would praise it for sure.
And also, I don't really understand why the film tried to mention that they should get together in the beginning of the film, and then just be like, no, actually, they're just friends. It doesn't matter. Like, why include that line from the grandma? I don't get
From
it.
her like grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I have to deal with this.
Okay.
You can get my number from Bruce. It was so nice to meet you.
Typical.
What? What's
Oh.
typical? She's busy. She has to help other people. I guess. I guess it is
Because she
typical.
left an Endgame, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess she does have to help other alien species. It is typical, I suppose.
Thank God he didn't ding the part where Bruce is like, yeah, I don't actually have her number.
Yeah, because that line was fucking retarded.
Because he fucking should, or he could get it from Wong or anyone.
Bro, he could get it from Nick Fury from the fucking pager.
She could literally
he
send
doesn't
the
exist.
number.
Nick Fury doesn't exist. That's true. What did you say, John?
She could literally send the number with the technology she has.
Yeah, she could have just told Wong how to contact her. Well, Wong could just say find Carol Danvers and he would find her. But you know.
Yeah.
I hate
Do
No Way
you
Home so
reckon-
much.
Do you reckon, like, if they ever find out that Kang and the TVA, he'll just go find Kang and he ends up in the TVA?
That would be funny if Doctor Strange and Wong just like find Kang and then they just open a portal and cut him in half and then win. That's how the Kang Dynasty ends. It doesn't actually have a conflict. It's like a 10-minute film. Wong and the Sorcerers were keeping tabs on the 10 rings. Why wouldn't they have done anything about Wenwu sooner? When Strange and the Ancient One before him. Yeah, that's what I mean. And especially because the Ancient One has been around since like 1137, I think, is when she was born. So yeah, she would have had a couple hundred years to take care of Wenwu.
Didn't this mid-credit scene with Captain Marvel didn't they say that the 10 rings started sending out a message or like a beacon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it just did that. That's why.
Yeah. Once
they didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, they didn't know about it. Let me find the exact line here from the transcript. But yeah, they did say that. Does it have it in the transcript? I hope so.
So it just decided to send a beacon now that the Wenwu died. I don't know.
Yeah, it's when he took over here. Blah, blah, blah.
Because the rings have nothing to do with Talo, so it's not like because they defeated the Dweller in Darkness that it would send a beacon.
Yeah, Wong said the first time you used the rings, we felt it in Kamartaj. Carol never said it's a beacon. Bruce said they're sending a message. Shang-Chi says a message to where, and then Carol's like, I gotta bounce.
Yeah, so don't know why it's sending a message.
I don't know why it activated when he used it first, and why it took Wong a week to get Shang-Chi. Who knows, honestly. I guess it's trying to find Shang-Chi hasn't got.
Yeah, the only explanation, I guess, would be because Wenwu is no longer the owner of them. Still questionable, but like
I guess
that would be the only reason.
You kind of imply some kind of sentience from the rings, wouldn't it? That they can like know who the owner is and how to, which owner to send a message through, or some shit.
Yeah,
it's weird. I'm sure they're gonna explain it and definitely not just forget about it like they did with the fucking Celestial coming out of the ground in Eternals that they just have not mentioned at all in the MCU. Well, there's that
No.
one like frame in She-Hulk where there's like a new story, I guess.
Yeah, they'll remember it. They'll just explain it in a way that just opens more questions, just like She-Hulk did with Wong.
Yeah.
Okay, with Wong, suckers are dreams. Big fan of.
No, yeah. You know, if that's your dream, good
Karaoke
for
with
you.
Wong.
But I would not like to
I would have
do
loved.
sing karaoke with Wong. Don't really.
I
like
would have
it.
loved to do karaoke with Wong from Doctor Strange 1.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah.
Not the Wong that we have now.
Yeah, because he wouldn't know
But
how
yeah.
to sing it. He would just like read the lyrics. That'd be hilarious.
The way the camera spins around her to reveal that she's in her father's chair, mimicking his scene from earlier.
Yeah, except it does make sense that she would do this, but whatever.
Yeah, she's got some widows, huh?
Wait, are these widows? I thought they were just like
Can't
warrior.
blame her. He's just making the comparison, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Can't blame her.
I mean, that's not a good... Wait, why would he say you can't blame her?
Unless he
That's
thinks
a really
those are...
bad thing.
Unless he thinks those are
Unless he
actual
just-
widows.
Maybe maybe it's just in this perspective that he thinks they're hot, but you wouldn't want to have widows if you're a good person. You don't want to mind
Exactly.
control people into being assassins.
No, I imagine he just like
Yeah.
he got the widows after they were freed from the after Black Widow. Like those are freed widows, and he's just with them. She's just using them because they're well trained, but they're not being mind controlled, and he just thinks it's good because I don't know why.
Wait, that's interesting, actually. I didn't think about that, because I thought he was just making a joke, or he just wasn't aware of the implications of his statement. But since they're all women, like, maybe they are the widows.
Maybe. I doubt, though.
Which is...
like, maybe.
Which
Surely
it
they
would
are.
be weird. We definitely need an explanation for that.
Yeah, and
but-
if they are widows, then surely the 10 rings are now going to be not evil, right? It's like they're going to be...
I'd hope so.
Yeah. To be fair, it should not be evil anyway, because it's Chia-Ling running it, but it's Shang-Chi, so who the fuck knows? Is there gonna be like a 10 Rings fucking TV show that Daniel Cretton's doing?
Yeah, the spin-off.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Jelly.
great. It's gonna be, I swear, if she turns out to be evil now, I swear to God.
Awesome. So much fun. Marvel doesn't miss very often, but
Marvel does myth
Yeah.
very
Well,
often. I'm sorry, but what?
Well, you've seen his standards. Nobody misses at all, really.
Yeah, I wonder what he would think are
I-
bad MCU
yeah.
films. Like, which ones would he?
I want to know.
Like what? Thor: The Dark World, I imagine. Like the
That's what
Ant-Man
I'm
and the
guessing.
Wasp.
Maybe like the super like stereotypical, regular consumer's mindset. Like, oh, Thor: The Dark World is really bad.
Yeah.
Or
Ant-Man
what's
and the
another
Wasp.
one people go to? Do most people? I guess they do.
Well, people forget
I feel
that film
like he-
exists, but yeah.
I feel like he wouldn't say that's a bad movie. But
Yeah, I
Thor:
think
The
he might
Dark
say that's
World
fun,
is-
actually, yeah.
I guess Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Would that be
Age of
the only
Ultron.
one?
Oh, Age of Ultron is another one that people generally say is
No,
bad.
I think he would like that.
Hmm.
I think just because Thor: The Dark World is the one of like two movies that has always gotten shit even since its inception.
Yeah.
isn't exactly their biggest property, and they nailed it.
Sure they
Performances
did.
are top flight, design is killer. Frankly, I'm shocked more superheroes don't wear sneakers, because when I saw Shang-Chi riding a dragon wearing sneakers,
Well, at least you
I
didn't
thought,
say the writing
"Man,
was
obviously
part of
they're
that.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Who wants to ride a dragon in uncomfortable boots?
It's not his choice, really. He didn't have other shoes, but sure.
They could have given him dragon scaled shoes.
I guess.
And this interpretation of the rings is just plain awesome.
Why?
Not only does it open things up for different looking fight scenes, but
They all look the same. The rings all do the same thing every fight scene. What do you mean different looking fight scenes? This isn't like fucking Legion where the fight scenes are like inside the astral plane. This is just random, like just like, oh, the rings, they can become like fucking fireballs, or they can, send some energy beams, and they can go around your arm and defend you from other rings, and like form energy beams as well. That's all it is.
I remember reading that they made it bracelets because they thought since they just did the Infinity Stones,
Oh yeah,
that
the rings
having
were too
rings
similar.
with different colors and different abilities would be too similar.
Yeah.
Because they think their audience is fucking stupid and won't be able to tell the difference. So that's why they did bracelets. But then I just argue that they're literally just Whiplash's whips, pretty much.
I mean,
yeah.
When you have real soups as a fan, I can understand.
And Blue Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine? They'd be having they'd make all sorts of theory videos about like, oh, could the 10 rings and the Infinity Stones come from the same origin? Or did the rings also come from the universe exploding?
Oh man, there would have been so many. Yeah, that's true. New rock stars would be fucking loving it. Making 10 videos a day.
Yeah, the thumbnail would say, "Are they related?"
Are they related? Is Age of Ultron good? It's not good, but it's better
Some
than
neat character stuff.
Yeah, it's better than the average MCU film, which is not a high bar. It's the second best Avengers film, so.
Which is not high bar.
Recently,
Yeah.
like the open sort of stuff is actually pretty good, but afterwards it just sort of it's just sort of middling in terms of other stuff, but like it's not very good.
Yeah, the first act is really great. The character stuff remains mostly solid throughout the film. But the plot is really bad, and Ultron does get pretty bad because of what Feige did to Joss Whedon, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know. I like it, but it's not great.
The joking old.
Which brings us to the fight scenes. We already talked about how they pay homage to wuxia, and I can't confirm this since I love those films, but it feels more accessible than some of them. Like there's tight choreography and camera work, but
Tight's not the word I use, but yeah, camera work is all right enough.
Enough comedic dialogue and general excitement to keep everyone
No,
intrigued.
stop defending
I
this
hate
practice.
this
That comedy
stuff.
needs to be everywhere to keep the audience engaged.
Logan, try to say Logan doesn't really have jokes during any fight scenes. Those scenes are the ones that are taken extremely seriously because of the stakes at play.
Logan does have jokes, but they come from the characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
What I mean is
like,
during
actually has to
fights,
do with
because it's the
scene.
point that CinemaWins is mentioning. There aren't like jokes in the fight scenes. Because it's like, oh, you
No,
need jokes
definitely
to
not.
make the fight scenes like accessible.
And
The
Daredevil's
last fight
best. Daredevil's best fight scenes don't have jokes in them.
Yeah, the oneers in season 1, 2, and 3, each of them are pretty seriously. I guess season
I think
2
it'd be
one is a bit less serious because of dealing with the passed out Punisher as well.
I think it'd be interesting to take a look at the well done MCU jokes, which I guess
Oh,
are
I have actually
usually
thought
come
about
from
making a video like that about comparing like the
Yeah.
Joss Whedon humor to the way the MCU thinks Joss Whedon did humor, because the humor in Avengers is brilliant, like the dialogue and everything. The humor after Avengers 2012 is just really painful, other than Guardians and Ragnarok, Eternals.
about anything. The
Yeah,
final
as well
battle
as the jokes from the TV shows. They never undermine anything, really. I
Oh
don't think.
yeah, fucking you
Not
watched
the,
season
not the
1.
Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
The Netflix shows.
Yeah, and I was mentioning Agents of Shield as well. Season 1, you've watched Madvocate, and I think the comedy in that show is extremely character driven, and it adds a lot in terms of
Yeah.
the character dynamics. Yeah.
everyone intrigued. If I had to complain about anything, the final baddie is a little underwhelming. I mean, the design is scary as heck, but I was hoping the
say
Dweller in
so.
Darkness was going
Oh.
to be a little closer to the
Oh,
one
he's
we've seen
talking
in
about the
comics,
Dweller in
but
Darkness. I thought he was about to talk
honestly, the
about.
Dweller in Darkness
I'm
is
sorry, someone's trying to pause while I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about Wenwu. And I was like, okay, at least he admits that Wenwu isn't as much of a standout as we thought he was. We thought CinemaWins was gonna say he was, but he's talking about the
Nah,
fucking dragon.
It's the Dweller in Darkness. Yeah, Wenwu isn't a villain. You see, he's just misunderstood.
He's misunderstood.
He's not actually villainous, and he's not actually a hero. He's just blurring that
Oh,
line. It's what he
great.
said earlier in the video. Remember? Sorry.
Well, now that I know he's not
Mephisto.
talking about Wenwu, I can't wait to see what he does say about Wenwu.
Yeah.
Mephisto.
Yeah, he's gonna mention Mephisto. Now, I don't understand. Sure. It's like, oh, the
Oh, he
design
literally
reminds
is.
of Mephisto, so whatever.
Appearance just hints even more at Mephisto showing up someday in the MCU, and I
If you say
understand
so.
why they couldn't introduce a complex villain in the last act anyway. Wenwu is a fantastic villain in that you understand why he does the things he does, and yet you...
He's a fantastic
no,
villain.
not really.
I don't really understand why he's doing anything he's doing. I would have done like
At least
the
he called
opposite.
him a villain.
Yeah, that's a
That's one point.
yeah. You know, you were
That's one
right
win.
about a bit of this sentence, which is the Wenwu is a
Yeah.
villain part. The rest is like, you know.
you still yell at him and dislike him for doing them. One of the things lots of folks were talking about regarding Shang-Chi was its course correction for both the MCU's version of the Mandarin, but also just the original Marvel character in general. It was always pretty problematic, and this movie did it right. Wenwu's explanation at the dinner is fantastic.
Why? Because he said the Mandarin is the name of a chicken dish, but people keep saying no, it's actually the official name of like a Chinese official.
Yeah, I
like
don't.
the Chinese military official.
Yeah, I'm good.
So
I guess
he
it's
thinks-
better than being a racist caricature, which sometimes he was in the comics, from what I hear. But it's still not done.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But he's saying his explanation at dinner was
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's not.
And the only thing he talked about was the name, really.
Yeah, he had multiple names. Mandarin was one of the just came up with that. And it's like insulting because it's chicken dish. Whoa.
Yeah, he didn't comment how the Trevor Slattery's Mandarin was like racist.
Yeah.
He just said the name was dumb.
Which, yeah.
So.
And it's sort of bananas that they rewrite the origin of the entire MCU.
They do that, yeah. It's funny
What?
that they do that. It is sort of bananas. I agree. I wouldn't praise that though. I would say very much the opposite.
You think that's a good thing?
Apparently, he's probably
Yeah,
gonna
right.
give a win by the end. But yeah, no, it's not that great of a thing to rewrite the origin of the entire MCU. Because let's see, fucking Winter Soldier did that with the Hydra, and then fucking what else did that? Black Widow, the fucking red.
Yeah.
Red Room, yeah. And then this with the Ten Rings, like 3 fucking different
competing like
organizations
under in the shadows organizations.
Yeah. It's really dumb. What's the best joke in the MCU? Loki's beyond reason, but he's my brother. Oh yeah, I love that. He's adopted. I love that joke.
The 10 Rings captured Tony in Iron Man 1, so now we know for sure they weren't the real 10 Rings. And I also love it.
What? No, hold on.
What?
Wait, no, don't say that. Now he's. So not only did Killian create a fake Mandarin and like using a pre-existing terrorist organization to say he's like a part of that, but now he's saying that wasn't even a real terrorist organization. What? It was. Why does he assume that the 10 Rings in Afghanistan can't be like a division of Wenwu's 10 Rings?
That would have been 2008. When did Yingli die? Because I think he was
in 2000.
It was 2000 and a bit, right? I'm trying to think about timeline
Shang-Chi
wise.
was 8 years old.
So he was
when she died.
He was 8 years old, right? So he was 15 in 2014. No, so that would have been after she was dead. So yeah, it could have been a bit the 10 Rings under Wenwu again, because it would have been after she had died.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why he's so ready to dismiss the one in Afghanistan as like it was just a fake one.
Yeah.
But like if Wenwu, this movie says itself that Wenwu had so much power in every corner of the world. Why? And Afghanistan is in Asia. Why can't we assume that it was just one of Wenwu's divisions?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a bit sort of, I guess, like insulting to like the history of the MCU to see like all the hints of the 10 Rings, all that was built up over years. Just like, fuck that. These are the real ones. Like,
yeah. So what's the explanation for the fake one?
They just
why?
They just see Aldrich Killian wasn't ripping off the real Ten Rings. He was ripping off the Ten Rings from Iron Man 1 that ripped off the real Ten Rings. So it was a rip off of a rip off.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's like fucking Alger Killian did the
Just like-
ratatouille of fucking you know. He's a video brinkhead of fucking Ten Rings.
Yeah. Or like how the Trevor's history in this movie is a retcon of the retcon of the subversion in Iron Man 3.
I love the MCU, man. It's just great.
What they did.
Wait, that's not true. This is the lead scene that referred to Ten Rings Division in Afghanistan. When I was training Shang-Chi. Took the line now, but they're meant to connect to Iron Man 1. Well, if it's not in the film, then it's not canon. If it's deleted, then it's not canon. But that is interesting that they thought of connecting it.
Yeah, well, now we know that their intention is to not make it seem like Afghanistan 10 Rings is a fake one.
Yeah.
I think that's just absurd to assume.
Yeah, and it would also make sense to actually get a fucking, like, someone like Tony Stark that develops weapons to work for them to develop weapons for them, right?
Yeah, I think that's cool world building.
Yeah, it's
And
like
makes-
it's like the Ten
it
Rings
makes
being in
sense to show that-
Ant-Man tried to get the Yellow Jacket suit. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. But then it also raises the
Yeah,
question
when
of
we
why
try
they
to get more weapons.
yeah, just raised the question of why he didn't try to get the fucking Tesseract, considering it was around during World War II. He just didn't put his hat in the ring, but whatever.
Yeah.
Trevor and that he's still alive. I feel like it shows Marvel can not only laugh at themselves, but also improve on past choices. Simu is a fantastic
Improve,
told his
but
character
he's
the whole way. Just a
the
very
same.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
relatable dude. No matter how much buddy
Relatable. I still like I want to chill with him. This kind of feels like, yeah, Simu Liu is like, he's charismatic. I didn't really get that through the film. If you did, good for you. But I don't think he's very relatable. He's just, his character has nothing to him. He's just there, and then he develops like this inner conflict 2/3 into the film, and then you're like, oh, I guess you don't like killing, but you're gonna kill your dad, but you're not actually gonna kill your dad. Okay.
I couldn't like really relate to him because of just that it feels like his history is incongruent with his attitude in the present day.
Yeah.
Because they just made him a standard,
like a funny character,
good
like
mood,
the charismatic
upbeat.
one,
Yeah, and it's like, but it feels he seems to have like he should have a lot of trauma from being trained by Wenwu for his entire childhood.
Yeah.
Like that would change a person like forever. But I guess he just kind of got over it.
Yeah, it's the
and
same thing
doesn't
that they
really
did with
feel anything.
Yelena in Black Widow, where they just
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, she's just another funny Marvel character, and not someone who wouldn't even be able to hold conversations properly, considering all the trauma she's experienced.
Yeah, I would have loved a Shang-Chi who's like more edgy or more reserved. And we get a lot of scenes of him like alone, and that's where we get to see more of his character. Whereas when he's with other people, like he's completely shut off.
Well, I would
think
like
that'd be
if
more
we had a
interesting.
character like Katie, not Katie herself, because I hate Katie, and especially Aquafina as Katie, but a character like Katie that is more upbeat, that is his friend. But we have a scene where like we see her being upbeat a lot in the film, but there's a moment where he's like quiet, and she talks to him and like she comforts him, like listens to what he has to say, because she's like the one person he can confide into, and that's why they're friends, despite having like this extremely like different personality. I think that would have been a cool scene as well, but guess not.
I want to chill. He and Aquafina have great chemistry, and you feel
Sure. I'm not gonna comment. If you say so, man. I did not feel like they really knew each other in this film. Felt it's like actors playing the part.
That's all we can say. Like, okay, since you won't really like substantiate with references.
Yeah, just gonna say they feel like they're friends and just kind of just move on.
feel like they're really friends. Tony Leung and Michelle Yeoh are legends, and it was nice to see them both get some screen time in a Marvel film.
No, it was not nice to see them get screen time in a Marvel film. I think I'm the opposite of like these people who are like, oh man, I love my favorite actors come to the MCU. I'm like, oh shit, my favorite actors come to the MCU. Oh fuck. 'Cause I'm like, you could be working on other good projects and you're doing it in the MCU. Like fucking hell. Like, fuck, you
To be
seen...
fair, Michelle Yeoh did end up going to a much better project, so
Yeah.
good for her.
But it's like, kind of like where I see like fucking fuck, I forgot who I was gonna mention. Oh yeah, Michael Mando in fucking Homecoming. I'm like, dude, you play Nacho in Better Call Saul. They just wasted you. And like, yeah, it's just a shame because it feels like, oh man, they're casting someone in like a project I like. Because like every time there was like a casting announcement for the Guardians 3, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to see this actor in the Guardians film because it's James Gunn and not like, you know, another stupid generic Marvel film that's been made like a billion times by this point.
Zhang Mengyar killed it as Xia Ling, and I'm stoked to see what they do with her character in the future. Just an all-around solid,
Sure.
fun action film that would probably work really well as a game.
What?
Shang-Chi has appeared in a few video games, but
Good.
nothing devoted explicitly to him, not like...
I guess also the good thing about video games is that you have more hours to spend with the character, so you could develop him more. So that could work.
Like, say, Solid Snake? Look, he's no master of the Ten Rings, but Snake is a sneaker, and that's precisely how his tactical espionage action game
This
opens.
is a tie-in into
Why?
Yeah, it's the
Skillshare
fucking
thing.
it's not Skillshare, it's a Nebula, the fucking Curiosity stream.
Okay, I was
Fucking
about to say,
nerd.
it sounds like it's going to transition into a sponsor.
Yeah,
Yep,
it is Curiosity stream.
Yeah, shameless plug.
So yeah, that was the
What
end of
was,
the
what
video.
was the total wins?
176,
Was it like
I think.
150?
176, yeah. Hold on. 176. Yeah, 176 was the last, yeah. So 176 wins. That's bit more than I'd give personally, but that's just me, you know.
Like 15 of those were like, they made a compliment.
Yeah. Oh, if he was it's fucking good manners. Like, yeah, well done.
He said please.
He said please, it did. Wow. Oh man, that was such a bad video. God damn. At least he didn't actually like try to defend a lot of the bad stuff. He just kind of brushed past a lot of it. It's like, yeah, you know.
It was
fine.
mostly an opportunity to just make a joke.
Yeah. It's just the same thing CinemaWins does, but people complain like how CinemaWins is killing film criticisms. Like, yeah, then this is saving it, right? There's an Iron Man 2 comic that confirmed that Mandarin exists and was connected to the Afghanistan 10 rings. Yeah, there was the War Machine, like, fucking going to the Wenwu's fucking compound, but I'm pretty sure that's not canon, because if it is, it kind of raises a few questions. Just a few. So I'm pretty sure it isn't canon, but yeah. How do I get a refund on my brain cells? I'm sorry, they're permanently gone from this video. That's what you sign up for watching CinemaWins. Oh man, that was bad. Fucking
I'm still baffled that he thinks the Afghanistan 10 rings is a fake one and not associated with Wenwu's 10 rings.
Yeah, I
That's
don't really
funny.
get why. Yeah, I don't really understand why. It's just, I guess. You know, he recontextualized and he needed an example, so he made that up. I guess. But, Madvic, you said you had to leave a bit early. So I imagine just covering this one video is good enough for today.
Probably.
Yeah.
If we watch the one that I suggested we watch
the Cortex
first, I'll stick around.
Alrighty. Well, let us play this one then.
It's probably a bad idea, but
hey, who knows? Depends on how big this
how
video
long
is.
this
Yeah.
one?
Let me see. Hold on. 13 minutes. It shouldn't take that long.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll just be a little quieter, but I'll still listen.
Alrighty. Hold on. And here we are.
Is this like an actual company? Or
It's probably like just his
cool logo?
Shang-Chi and
Probably
the
just his
Legend
intro.
of the Ten
Ah, that's
Rings
loud.
has finally released worldwide, and after seeing the movie twice, I have many thoughts on the MCU's latest kung fu superhero film.
I hate people whose delivery is like this. It just...
It sounds so robotic.
Yeah, it sounds like fucking Watch Mojo. The top 10 reasons why Shang-Chi is the best and worst movie in the MCU.
Things I really loved and appreciated here, and also some things that made me question whether Marvel would take more risks with their universe-based properties. There's, of course, many angles to this conversation, and I realise that everyone has their own perspective on these types of films, but I'm going to be raising the points on why I believe the film displays the best and worst.
Jesus Christ. You could have said this in like 2 sentences, dude. Fucking
so
hell.
slow.
Oh my
you could
God.
you could probably shave off like 3 minutes of this video if he sped it up like just a little bit.
I mean, it's 50 seconds out. He could just said, I watched the film twice. I really liked it, but I have some issues in terms of this and what it means for the large MCU. Let's talk about why it's the best and worst film. The MCU. That could have been like, what, 20 seconds? Something like that? 30?
Tendency of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This video essay will contain brief spoilers, so if you haven't seen the film yet, then I would recommend watching this video after you've seen it. But if you want to keep up to date on any of my future content on the MCU's latest movies...
You just showed the fucking subscribe thing on screen. You don't need to say it again.
...and TV shows, then don't forget to support this video by giving it a like rating.
Oh, see, it's just... What? That doesn't make sense. You give a like ready if you want to see more videos. No, you should... That's not how you advertise. Or whatever. You know what? I don't care. Just go on.
Subscribing to the channel and turning on your notifications. Also, feel free to check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Instagram at Cortex Videos, which is all linked in the description below.
Now let's get started.
Without further ado, let's dive into my thoughts on why Shang-Chi is the best and worst MCU movie.
Oh, you already said that. Let's say that. Oh my God.
So when it comes to the MCU, I'm someone who has a mixed relationship with their films. The Phase 1 movies, along with Guardians, Infinity War and The Winter Soldier, are projects that I personally love, and they are films that I find myself rewatching ever so often. They each contain something that stands out, and the story and characters all work hand in hand in delivering a well-made film.
You mentioned a few there.
Interesting.
Yeah, like Phase 1 films. That includes The Incredible Hulk. Also, Winter Soldier's not good, but, you know, hey, you can like it.
And there's films like Black Panther, which I really enjoyed, but in particular, there are elements to the film that work better than others, such as the costume, production, soundtrack, and an emotionally driven villain.
What about the shit-ass CGI, especially in this screenshot that you're showing us?
Yeah, that scene is the worst of the CGI in the film. But I'm also like, of course there are elements that work better than other elements. This is about every film. Every film has elements that are a bit better than others. I doubt you're gonna find a film that's like perfect in every element. Even Everything Everywhere at Once, I would say, like, CGI is not the best in the film.
Blacks.
Yeah, there are 2 blacks here, Joe. Well done.
There are also problems like the shoddy visual effects.
Oh, so he is going to mention it,
act, making the film go from an emotionally driven story into an almost video game-esque representation of the characters. And there's dialogue and humour that almost takes you out of the whole experience during certain scenes.
Yeah, the fucking what are those? It hurts my soul. I hate that joke so much. It makes me die inside.
For me, Shang-Chi gave me a similar vibe, and I fully understand that these universe-building movies are ones that people really enjoy for the most part, and will...
This is a universe-building movie?
I mean, it expands the universe by bringing Talo into the picture.
I guess, but then it doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't do a good job,
but it doesn't matter anyway by the end, because they defeated the one thing that Talo was created for, so Talo is not necessary anymore for it to exist in the MCU.
It built on the universe for a brief second, for like 3 days.
I guess adding the 10 rings and adding the history of Wenwu potentially could be maybe adding to the universe.
Yeah, breaks the world building, but it's world building regardless, kind of.
Yeah.
Will constantly support the fans of the ever-growing story that Marvel has created, or it's just a particular type of movie that they enjoy. I do get it, but for me personally, coming into Shang-Chi and a good way through Phase 4 of the MCU, I can't help but constantly leave these films by thinking, what if the MCU took more risks?
God.
Okay, Jesus Christ. You take so long to say something. I agree, the MCU should take more risks. I'd say the
People
Guardians
say
is a bit risky.
people say I sound depressed in my videos. Do I sound this bad? I don't. Maybe I don't notice it because it's myself. But man, if I sound like this, God help us all.
No, I think he's a bit worse than you. This guy sounds like he didn't write the script, and he's just like he's the voice guy for the video, so he just says it.
He's like the intern for whatever this company is.
Yeah, but it's also like I don't think that's it because the channel. Oh no, it has 50,000 subscribers. Maybe it is. Who knows?
There's brilliant elements to Shang-Chi, like
Such as?
majority of the visuals, the sound.
Majority of the visuals. You know what? Sure. If you pay attention to any Talos scene where every single background is CGI, it's a green screen, and you know who knows, but whatever.
Track and the performance of Tony Leung's villain Wenwu. But at times, we lose the emotional pull between his character and Shang-Chi, as Marvel would rather intercut a sequence of comedy or the traditional shoddy action fare. Now again,
Oh, hey. So is he saying the action isn't that good? Because if you are, well done, because I agree. I think everyone's been overselling the action in this film.
That's it.
But he's saying it's because of interjecting comedy, right?
No, I think what he's saying is that you lose the connection between Shang-Chi and Wenwu because you're forcing in the bad action scenes and the comedy in between, like the actual substantive scenes. It's what I get from what he's saying.
I thought he was only talking about comedy.
No, don't think so.
But yeah, we'll see.
To satisfy the traditional comic book viewer and fans of this universe by staying to the formula, but when judging this as a so-called film, which as a
so-called film, what? A so-called film? What? Yeah, it is called film by everyone because it is in fact a film. What? That's like when you need to reach a fucking word limit, like. You know, number of words, a minimum number of words, a fucking assignment. You're like, oh, what do I say? A so-called film, as yet unborn child, from Doctor Who Flux. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just calling it a film, I will call it a so-called film.
Yeah,
Add
amazing.
2 extra words, and that'll reach the page requirement.
It's a little something for everybody. Oh yes, good old IGN.
Medium is to be art. How can we not be aware of some of these narrative flaws and pieces of decision making while watching them? I know people love them, but there are glaring problems when it comes to looking at a movie and its tone as it tries to tell a compelling story. So what did I think about Shang-Chi, and what were the best and worst tendencies of the MCU that shine through?
I feel like he said that 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Let me explain why Shang-Chi is the best and worst film ever made.
And then he fucking plugged his channel. And then he's like, oh, actually, let me talk about the first favorite is the MCU. And now I actually talk about it. You know, you don't have to make an intro for your video 3 times. The title already says it. If you could have just started when you talked about the phase 1 of the MCU, you didn't need anything before that. You wasted like a minute and a half at least.
Well, this is the first Marvel film to introduce a new hero since Captain Marvel, the first Marvel film with an Asian.
Wait, is that true? Wait, Yelena, isn't she a hero in Black Widow? She's introduced in Black Widow. She's a hero from that, isn't it?
Kind of.
I guess US Agent would be like an entity.
I think he means like the first origin film.
Oh, I guess, but that's not what he said, though.
Lead and one of the first with a new origin story to hit theaters since.
See, now he said origin story, so I think he just meant like introducing new heroes. But yeah, Yelena was in Black Widow. Was there anything before that introduced new heroes? This film came out before Eternal, so I don't know. It's whatever. It's such a small point. Redraft. That's my take for you, Cortex.
The pandemic began in March of last year, and it's key to note that the film is doing incredibly well in theatres on its opening weekend without the baggage of Disney Plus, and this is something that I'm really happy about. It shows the impact that a film can have theatrically, and we should all be supporting that kind of distribution. But although...
Why? What? We should support that films can do well in theaters? We know that. Why this film specifically? I don't get what you mean.
Can we get to the point?
Yeah, he's just saying random shit. He still hasn't gotten to why it was so the best and the worst. That's fucking.
Introduces what could have been one of Marvel's most compelling villains ever. Even the magic of Tony Leung can't save the film from its flaws, thanks to an uninspired script and a incompetent third act.
Can you please explain?
Simu Liu, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings follows the son of an ancient warlord, Wenwu.
Oh, you're gonna describe the entire plot? Oh my god. Why did you say we should watch this one, Madvocate? You asked me to find a video, or someone was praising the film. I got CinemaWins. You get me this. It's fucking wild.
I didn't get you this.
Oh yeah, no. I picked the video. You just said we should watch it. Never mind. It's my fault.
Because that was before I thought we were gonna watch the CinemaWins.
Yeah, because I had the high top
and high tops lined up.
Yeah. Anyway,
but I had already seen high tops, so that's why I was like, let's do this one.
Yeah.
Eternal life and commanded a secret army of mercenaries through the use of the mystical Ten Rings. Shang-Chi, or Sean, to his best friend Katie.
No, it's Shang-Chi. Sean is his fake name. Whatever.
He's trying
to he said to Katie.
Yeah, but it's stupid. He wouldn't say or Sean. It's not relevant to the plot that he's called Sean. Like if you're making a plot summary in a 13-minute video, you have 8 minutes left in that fucking video. You don't just say that stupid shit. Wasting time.
Life in San Francisco when he receives a mysterious postcard that draws him back into the brutal, combat-driven life he fled from years ago.
Which doesn't make sense.
Together with his estranged sister Xiling and Katie.
It's not how you say it, but whatever.
Xiling.
Yeah, it's not how you say it, but
Interesting.
Yeah.
Time to stop his father from unleashing a planet-destroying evil. You can check out my ending explained video where I go deeper into
Can you please?
Oh god.
We're halfway through the video!
As far as hero origin stories go, Shang-Chi's is perhaps the most interesting and complicated in the MCU.
What?
Involving a
more interesting than the Doctor Strange's fucking origin story? Are you for real? What? You know what? Interesting, subjective. You do you, man. I don't care anymore.
A village full of magical creatures and mystical powers, a centuries-old warlord that trained him to be a violent killer from birth, a soul-eating monster designed to consume his mother's village, and the Ten Rings.
Jeb, are your cats fucking breathing into your mic? Because it sounded like they're purring or whatever.
No, there's no cats, surprisingly.
Oh, so it's just you purring into your mic.
Oh, it's just
Jeb, are you okay?
Yeah.
I was just moving my thing to the side quickly because my ear was itchy.
Oh, wow.
So that might have been why.
You've been uncharacteristically quiet.
He's
today.
mourning the queen.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm very,
I forgot,
yeah.
very sad about this news.
Alright, my bad.
Themselves, which grant the wearer all sorts of powers, including
All sorts of
immortality.
powers.
As such, the first act of The Legend of the Ten Rings is fast-paced and lore-heavy, making
like
good
you
use
slow
of
cunt.
flashbacks and convenient expository devices to give us as much information as possible. Despite having quite a bit to get through, the first hour of Shang-Chi really works with the first...
Why would he pick this frame where, like, his Shang-Chi's face looks fucking distorted? They're like blurred because it's in the middle of like a movement. Why get this frame? It's weird. Why not just have like actual visuals? Why not just have the film? Why do you have frames? I don't get it.
It'd be cool if it was like an HD shot, but it's pretty blurry.
Yeah, he just genuinely just screenshot it like a frame from the film or whatever. Maybe he got it from the trailer and they didn't want to use the trailer because it's a trailer. I don't know.
Two set pieces presented in a slick, well choreographed way that makes interesting use of the setting and fighting styles. They combine typical MCU combat with classic martial arts film techniques. The unique fight scenes, at least in comparison to those in the MCU, combined with a heavier emphasis on humor, which doesn't...
Wait, heavier? It's kind of the same as many other MCU films. But also, he just said it's a different kind of like fight, but just before he said it's the same kind of fight that Marvel normally uses, but mixed with kung fu. What? Like you gotta pick one. You can't say both.
Always land, still injects the first act with more than enough energy and promise to set the film up for a satisfying second half. But once the plot kicks into gear, that's where, in my opinion, things take a turn for the uninspired. This is something I find with most of my least favourite entries in the MCU. They cover up some bad plot development with humour and action, and it can clearly be seen. Once Shang-Chi, Xiling and Katie arrive at Wenwu's compound, everything from that point begins to just feel like an arbitrary goose chase that creates a significant disservice to both the characters and the narrative itself.
Wait, what do you mean goose chase? There isn't a goose chase.
Hold on. I'm trying to... His points, his like little mini thesis before getting into this was that the plot is like clouded by moments of comedy.
It's basically like the plot is bad, but the comedy and action try to hide that it's bad. Basically, kind of like people say that the Rise of Skywalker moves so fast that you can't really pay attention to all the issues because it's just, you know, moving from plot to plot to plot point, you know, plot point to plot point. So it's kind of like that.
Oh, I thought he was saying that the comedy was like interfering with the plot. But if he's saying it's just to mask the shitty plot, then all right.
Yeah, I think I would agree. But what it just says, like, once they get you one was thing, it's like a goose chase. I guess it's because it's a goose chase because he's looking for fucking Ying Li, but he can't find her. Is that it?
Yeah, goose chase is a weird word because it's just they're just on a time limit basically.
Yeah, kind of a weird. Yeah, I don't get it.
The idea of Shang-Chi's dramatic tension is that it's a family affair. This is something that, again, I loved in Black Panther, but it seems that Shang-Chi doesn't quite hold...
Hey, Tin, you okay there?
Yeah, I'm just sniffing.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, you noticed.
Yeah.
I was odd, you said something. Finally.
I've done it.
Okay. So anyway.
Alright then.
Tim, why did you do that?
But it seems that Shang-Chi doesn't quite hone in on that as I would have liked. Both Shang-Chi and Xiling care deeply about Villian Wenwu and vice versa.
Villian Wenwu, what?
Villain Wenwu.
Oh, Villian Wenwu. Okay.
Oh, what did you think he said?
Villian. Wait, let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
Because I thought it was funny that he's calling him Villain Wenwu.
Oh yeah,
like
that's also stupid.
Like,
yeah. Well, that's what I say. It's
for...
you know, minimum of minimum word count. He needs to add like Villain Wenwu. It's not just Wenwu. You know, it helped.
Yeah.
As I would have liked. Both Shang-Chi and Xiling care deeply about Villian Wenwu.
Yeah, it sounds like he's saying Villian. Like villain, yeah, it's fucking what? Oh, you know what?
Villain, I don't know.
Might just be me. Yeah. Anyway.
Xiling cared deeply about Villian Wenwu and vice versa, and even if he's a mass-murdering immortal warlord with a secret army of...
Oh, hey, you said he's a mass-murdering warlord.
Yeah, he acknowledged it, but I wonder if his conclusion is going to be the same.
Potentially.
Warriors, he's still their father, and the one thing he wants more than anything else is for their family to be happily reunited.
Which is why he sent, you know, his goons who killed the both of them. It's amazing.
Which is why they are both in life for death situations where they could easily slip up and fall off a building.
Yeah.
Or get stabbed through the heart.
But no, you see, he knew that they wouldn't be able to kill him, and he wasn't disappointed, so fine.
He's willing to go to any means necessary to make sure he, his children, and his dead wife can come back together again. It's a...
Sam in chat said William Wenwu.
William Wenwu.
Deeply personal connection between hero and villain heritage, and all three major characters care deeply about each other and their well-being, even if they're on opposite sides.
You already said this! You're repeating yourself! You just said this! Oh my Christ.
This is something I've desperately wanted from Marvel, and I was happy to see that be developed from the movie's outset. But Shang-Chi mishandles this concept.
Why did you choose this frame? Dude, please. I don't know.
Entirely, instead making Wenwu a cartoonishly single-minded villain, despite Tony Leung's many attempts to bring depth to the role and dodging every opportunity to explore the rich tension between father, son and daughter. What's worse is that after 2 acts of grounded and well-directed scenes that easily rank among the best of the MCU's work...
If you say so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I disagree.
Bit of high praise, but grounded. I don't really think
He
it's
thinks
grounded.
like the first act was grounded.
The first 2 acts he thinks are grounded. He just thinks the third one isn't. Which I guess I would agree that the third act is less grounded because it literally becomes like 2 dragons fighting. But I wouldn't say it's grounded. No.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi tosses its tone out of the window, and the third act is a CGI-heavy mess of a fight that's more interested in ginormous flying dragons and Awkwafina learning how to be an archer than Shang-Chi or Xiling having any particularly interesting confrontation with their father.
What? He literally fights his father and he talks to him. What? Don't make me defend Shang-Chi. That happens. What are you talking about, my dude?
Though the aforementioned Tony Leung is without a doubt the high point of the film in the first 2 acts, the leading character Shang-Chi doesn't get enough soul development as the film doesn't really try to inject him with any sort of unique personality.
Yes, thank you. Oh my god. I agree, man. Wow. I'm proud of you. You made a good point. The film does indeed not characterize Shang-Chi almost at all. It is annoying. He's such a nobody.
His backstory, while incredibly dark, doesn't seem to impact him as an adult beyond surface trappings,
Oh my
and Shang-Chi instead attempts to deliver most character beats through humour, usually playing off of Katie.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well done. I agree. Yeah. There was what we were mentioning earlier about Shang-Chi, not being like a recluse and just being like generic Marvel fun protagonist. So yeah, good point.
Fortunately, though, for me, a vast
It's fucking oh my god.
of the comedy, apart from about 2 jokes, fall flat, and Awkwafina's one-note comedy lines gets really old as the movie progresses. They of course make a passable duo, but when your leading man's only real moments of charisma come when playing second fiddle to comedic relief, it's difficult to feel invested in that character. And let's not forget
I agree, and it's funny because the last video was like, hey, he's just so charismatic, Simulio. His character's just so fun. I just want to hang out with him.
Funny and polite.
Yeah, polite. He said please that one time.
Her character literally saved the day with an arrow to the neck of the Dweller in the Darkness after a brief few shots of her apparently training. And I understand that they were trying to make her character look like it had evolved after she said that her parents want her to achieve something more.
Yeah, but why did first, why did she have to fuck's sake, Jeff? Why did she have to fucking follow what her mom and her grandma think? And also she is good at something, which is fucking driving. She's been shown to be very great at that time and time again.
Even fucking CinemaWins recognized that, but
yeah,
he
gave it a win.
thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing that the film is stupid. Yeah.
Make the screenwriting decision of her defeating the big bad with a single arrow after 10 seconds of training screen time, then there's clearly a problem with the way the plot was written. That's how I felt, and I just think it was a missed opportunity to really bring us something that focuses in on the emotional resonance a lot more, with maybe some better comedy in there that wasn't used in moments that could have been highlighting the emotion.
Oh, is that the video?
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings certainly isn't bad, nor is it even terrible.
It is.
It's also not confidence.
Wait, it's not bad. It's not even terrible. Yeah, no shit. That's you had to switch the words around, my guy. It's not terrible. It's not even bad. That makes sense. If it's not bad, I know that it's not terrible. Oh my god. It's not bad by any means. It's not even terrible, you know, because that's bad, better than bad.
Yeah.
Jab, I swear to God.
To the MCU's ability to craft a new, engaging generation of heroes to fill the shoes left by the original Avengers. While
Like
an
She-Hulk.
interesting villain and
Oh yeah, I can't wait for She-Hulk to join the Avengers in Avengers 5, the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
I swear to
help
God.
set Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings apart from the typical genre fare, a poor third act and confused character beats leaves much to be desired for a superhero origin story. It's got everything there to create something special. I just think the formula of the MCU, which is constantly being injected into these films, kind of holds them down as individual works of art.
I agree.
When it comes to the
I think trying to follow the Marvel formula kind of fucking over a lot of shit, because it's just, oh, it needs a fight scene every now and then. It's a fucking, you know, comedy. You can't have, like, serious moments. You can't have, you know, just characters sitting down for a lot of the film, not doing anything, like, just talking. Which is why Guardians 2 is, like, such a rarity, because that film is genuinely, it's, like, barely no plot. Barely no plot. It's just, characters talking, and, that's pretty great.
But it makes money.
Movies
Guardians show it made money, Jeb, so I'm afraid you lose.
Not as much as No Way Home.
Well, yeah, but No Way Home is Spider-Man, so...
I've
That
seen
doesn't
them once
mean
or
anything.
twice, I
No,
don't feel
does
an
not.
urge to rewatch them because it's all just product setting up the next one. I can say that with
Hey, well done, I
Shang-Chi,
agree.
they at least focus more on the particular story, characters, and emotional beats to a better degree, but I do think they could have done it more and a lot more convincingly. I'm
Okay.
giving Shang-Chi and the Legend of the
It's
Ten
gonna be a
Rings
7.
a
Oh,
6.5
6.5.
out of
Yeah.
10. But what
Wow.
do you
That's a bit generous, but yeah, sure.
do you think of Marvel's latest film, and do you
9
agree
out of
that
10.
it
Yeah.
would have been
It was a
nice to have seen more
2
risks
out of
taken
10.
by the
9.
studio when it comes to their universe-crafted films?
9.
Again,
Okay,
it's
Jeff.
all subjective, and I appreciate a
It's all
range of
subjective.
reactions and reviews that address both
After
positive
everything
and
you said, I had figured he'd give it a little lower of a rating.
Well,
but,
he said it's
yeah.
not even bad, so I imagine it'd be a 6 or 7. 6.5 makes sense, so...
negative
No.
aspects. So let me know down below in the comment section what you thought. For more
Yeah, it was shit. I'm not gonna... Whatever, I'm not gonna let you do the outro. That video was bad, because, like...
Almost.
So, no, it's like, we agree with a few points, but the thing that annoys me is like, oh, this has some of the best and worst tendencies of the MCU, but it's not actually pointing them out. He criticized the film in the third act, but he didn't explain how it's a tendency of the MCU and how that's what caused it or anything. He's just like, oh, that's what happens in the third act, and that, you know, took away a bit from something or whatever. It's, you know, which I agree with, but it's not what the point of the video was. And also he wasted like almost half of the video without saying anything. This video could have been like 5 minutes long, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not. It just makes a bunch of like general points and just there's no references for any of it. It's just like it is this, and then it is also this.
Yeah, it's
It's like,
pretty much an
Yeah.
IGN type of review.
backing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just say the same thing, like the opposite points he was making. You could basically reverse his entire video and like still make this kind of video because he doesn't provide any references.
Yeah, he just says things, yeah. I guess the most specific thing you got was Katie with the fucking arrow, so that's like the one thing you can't really like reverse the
Yeah.
point with. The rest is pretty much, yeah. But oh well, that was it's not great, but better than the CinemaWins video, because he actually did have some valid criticisms, so, you know.
Yeah.
Well done, I
Well, I'm
guess.
glad we didn't start with this one.
Yeah, CinemaWins is definitely more substantive. But yeah, I think we're good for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because
Jeb, you're supposed to be mourning.
yeah, Jeb, just say yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But no,
Queen Lizzie.
Queen
She was
Lizzie.
a fitty.
We had High Top's video as well lined up, but from what Madvocate tells me, it wasn't very substantive either, and we hadn't watched this one right now before, so, you know, gave that a shot. It wasn't amazing, not the most interesting video to cover on ECUM, but we had more than one, and that other one lasted us for like 3 hours, so I think that's enough.
Have you not seen High Tops?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, really?
If I have, it's like just when he put it out, and that I just forgot because it's High Top, and every video he makes is the same. So, good old low bar films. Yeah.
I don't remember anything unique or special from it. In terms of like his compared to his other videos, it's just him being like, I couldn't feel the emotions because there were too many shitty jokes. You know, I understand if this works for someone else, but for me, I couldn't feel those emotions.
That does sound like him.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Well, all right, folks. Thanks a lot for watching. Jeb is gonna scream at his mic. I think he backed off from his mic just as he heard me say that, just to fucking spite me. Oh, there we are. Okay. No, but yeah, thanks folks for watching. In exactly 1 month from now is when we're gonna celebrate the ECUM anniversary, the 2nd anniversary. So be very excited. Though Madvocate is cringe and he's not gonna be there, but the rest of us are. So yeah, prepare for that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Jab, can you please? I swear to God. But yeah, folks, we'll catch y'all next time with another stream where we talk about why Tin needs to shave her hair and become Furiosa from Mad Max. So yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah, catch y'all
God
next time.
save the king.
God save the king.
God save the king.
Goodbye.